Hello? Oh my god, it's blurry. Let me add everybody real quick. Ah, there we go. All right, what's up, guys? Let me go back to me real quick. All right, there we go. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 5 of season 2 of Critical Builds, where you do the submitting and we'll do the critiquing.
Hey.
God.
Yeah,
thank you guys. No, I really didn't. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. It is a very mildly hot evening here in Illinois, as Z and Kyle could probably contest, but it's Kyle's in Indiana. Yeah, it's pretty stuffy. I see everybody in chat tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. Michael Francisco, Scuffle, Sam, Travis, Michael Dawson, Guy, the usual suspects as always. Let's go ahead and go through a round table real quick, and we're going to start relatively simple with this guy.
Yep.
He said I'm a simpleton. That's fine.
I was hoping he'd pick up on it. So
Zimpleton.
Zimpleton.
Change my name. But hey, everybody. Welcome.
To me, that description is a fail.
I have a funny story for you guys later. You're going to love it. But on to the next person.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Z Impleton, for joining us tonight. I know you've had a rough day so far, but hopefully it gets better. Let's go over to this gentleman.
Hi, buddy. Welcome. Joking around. Welcome to CritiQual Builds, episode 5, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy to be here on this fine Saturday evening to talk about some kick-ass models and just have a good time. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right. Next up, Mr. Open Window over here.
Dude, I'm about to turn the AC on. It's fucking foggy as hell in here. Like clammy hands and everything. Anyway, looking forward to. This heat's got me out of my brain.
Melting.
I'm here. Don't worry. We'll talk about what we normally talk about. Was it Saturday? Critical Builds? That's what show on.
Yep.
That's what we're doing.
What year is it?
Who am I? Clueless. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Hi.
It's all coming together.
All right. Well, thank you, Kyle, for joining us. Even though you're stuffy and it's hot, and birds are singing over there for some reason, even though it's 7 p.m. or 8 p.m.
She's Snow White.
Dude, I got the hint.
Next guy is this guy.
Welcome.
It's so dark where you are right now.
Dude, what do you want me to do?
Buy
I live
some
in
light.
a cave. I'm a cave dweller. Hi. You keep building. We'll keep critiquing. Look at this piece of hair right here. I need a haircut.
Oh wow!
Just tuck that right back in.
I like that drinking horn. I need to get myself a holster for mine. I got me and Colleen those back in there.
It's actually a belt holster, so I can walk around with it.
Yeah, right?
It's
Yeah.
nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cheers.
Salute.
Oh, he went with a fancy mug today. Usually it's just a reused ball of simple orange
It's a
juice
bag
or
of
whatever.
milk.
Santa mug.
God damn, that's not a real
He
bag of milk. It's an
He
old
just shoves a
cereal
straw
bag.
straight into the carton.
Filled up
Drink it out of an old shoe.
I saw it on a Tropicana commercial. Put a straw right in the cart.
Yeah. Fucking let's get it. Yo, we
Beautiful
should
mug.
get together and sip on some something in there. I don't know what you like to drink.
Lemonade. All right.
Oh,
lemonade.
Thank you, Julio. Thank you for joining us. I know you've
You're
been busy
welcome.
trying to get that deadline out there. You know what I mean. And then finally, our special guest, more specialer than Z Impleton over here. We got.
He didn't see it, but he put air quotes around the special. What up, all? Hi. Tex here, ready to have a day of being brutally honest.
Round
Each other.
3, man, for you. Damn.
I know.
Sounds like a normal day.
I know. It was technically 3 streams yesterday, and then today, and then I'm just gonna take a permanent vacation.
Yeah.
It's just
Clock out.
yeah.
Phone it in.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. We're totally okay with that. All right, but thank you for taking the time. I know you've been stupid busy. So.
I had so much energy this morning, and I don't know where it went, but it's not here
That was
anymore.
this morning. You know how many
That
hours
was-
ago this was?
I know. I was on cloud nine. Like I felt like I told Julio, I was like, I feel like $1 million. I mean, I'm dressed like
Nope.
Walmart, but I feel like $1 million. And
Now
then
you
like
feel like
12 o'clock hit, and I'm just like, fuck.
$1.35. Yep.
$1.30. Soaking wet. Let's go. Do it.
All right. Well, so here is the round table tonight. Nice round 6 out of 10.
Even.
Yeah, evens. But yeah, let's. You know what? Let's stop wasting any time. Is there anything you guys want to talk about real quick before we start the critiquing?
How happy we are
As
to
a
be here.
note, if I'm muted, it's because the neighbor next door is making a rust. So if you don't hear anything from me for a while, that's why.
If the birds aren't chirping, the neighbor is burping.
She's playing hard to get on nap time or bedtime or whatever you want to call it.
Oh.
Yeah. If I'm quiet, don't worry. I'm here. I'm listening.
Yes,
Okay.
brother.
And Z, did you say you had a
Curious.
story to tell us, or did you want to tell that Leo? He's
Exactly.
muted. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
let's talk now.
Oh, he's
Okay,
gonna tell it
there's
later.
Sure. Okay. So, all right. So let's go ahead and start with our first critique because let's not waste any time here. We're here for 2 reasons, but this is the first one. So let's go ahead and bring up this guy's name, starting with
The noob.
Mr. Gunpla Newbie. He doesn't give me his real name, which is okay. I don't care.
I like to think it's Jordan.
Maybe Devlin.
Ooh, Devlin.
Gunpla Newbie. Devlin.
Devon.
Devon. Jeez, that devolved real quick.
Turn the tables.
But yeah, so let's go ahead and give us let's give his build name / background real quick. So he said he recently completed this build. This will be my first heavily customized kit. The original RX-78 VRKA was very plain looking. I took this opportunity to learn scribing, detailing, and scratch building. Unfortunately, since it took so long, a month each, in between to complete each segment, there are different paint finishes on some areas. I added before and after photos on some shots for ease of comparison. I apologize for varying photo quality, color balance, and lighting. I switched cameras in between. So let's go ahead and add that to the stream.
Hey.
Who wants to start us off?
Oh yes, this is beautiful. No, it's gorgeous, man.
I know it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
I remember thinking, I was like, that's good red. That's red I want.
Yeah, right.
It's vibrant
And,
but dark at the same time.
Yeah, like here in a handful of pictures, you get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty. But just just looking at it right now, that's it.
Yeah, super pretty.
I believe Michael Francisco says his name is Aaron.
Fucked up, Aaron.
Fucked up, Aaron. Nice.
Yeah, this thing is pretty. I like it.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Your scribes are very clean. They look to be very symmetrical. Like I'm not seeing any discrepancies.
He said this was his first
Yeah.
customized kit, correct?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
That's not bad for your first.
Mhm.
Not bad at all.
No, I mean this just goes
He
to
did his
show like
homework.
what. Well, and he also said that he took a long time on it. So
Yeah.
think
So
about
he-
that, like proper planning and proper execution. Take your time, and your first customized kit can be a knockout, right?
Yeah. That's
So
fun.
Scuffle says, "Does this Gundam have glasses?" And I did
Sunglasses?
notice that. Yeah, one of the first.
Oh, he
things I noticed,
colored
I was
in
like,
the.
He colored the whole thing in red. Like,
Red.
maybe there's like a black in there somewhere, but I think he. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Or is it just reflecting off of the red from underneath here? Or is
I don't
it?
know.
I think it's got a red base.
It-
so it's a
yeah.
clear coat with a red
It looks
backer.
like
Yeah, clear red.
I'm like
almost
zooming
looks
in like
angry.
it's gonna help, like getting closer to my screen.
I know. I do it all the time. I'm always like that. My grill up in there talking about my microphone.
Yeah.
It looks pixelated now. I wonder why.
I don't know. I mean, I can see the black there. You can see it right there, right?
Yeah.
But I think he
Yeah.
did a red overcoat on. I
Yeah,
guess he
it
started
looks
with
candy
yeah.
to me. All right, a little bit.
Yeah.
I like
a
it.
bit.
Yeah.
But what was zoomed in here? My first critique would probably be this face. Like it's no panel
Some
wash.
panel lines. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
true.
it's very clean.
Could
yeah.
have hit it.
The,
Could have hit it with a little
like,
brie.
the
got
helmet
the rest.
has it, but not the face. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they just missed the faceplate.
Yeah. It happens when, speaking from experience, when you are too far along away from a one project, these things slip by you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is a gorgeous photo.
Yeah. Really,
Mhm.
really nice. Well lit. Even. Those panel
everything's
lines.
clear.
Smooth.
I do like.
Yeah. The design too is well done.
That's a
I mean,
good
really,
really that's
subtle.
good like reliable chrome on those beam sabers in the
Rick
back.
Yeah.
wants to know if that's candy. I don't know what candy is, guys.
There we go. I do.
Kyle.
So the one thing that I didn't notice, like in the first couple of photos, was the really subtle pre-shade.
Yeah.
Up until he put it on a brighter background, like you can see it, it's a lot stronger on the shoulder,
Yeah.
but not so much on the chest. And I know there's an inconsistency about that, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's subtle.
Looks nice. One thing I did notice your decals, like since everything is so matched and perpendicular, some of them are a little off. You know what I mean? There's extra spacing here between them, extra spacing there, a little turn more here, a little turn more there. But
Yeah,
nitpick, because this thing is pretty as fuck.
I do like, but there are some things that I'm gonna point out slightly. There's some things that you could get rid of right here.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Mold line.
There's there,
Well,
and then I think there was some on the cannon too, the saber
Uh,
or the pew pew gun.
The pew
on
pew
the
gun.
top. I told you, I peaked this morning. I'm not doing too hot right now.
Yeah, you're sleeping right now. This is a dream.
What time is it? 2 p.m. That's it. Yep, we're done.
Oh, we out.
But yeah, I mean, dude, I mean, for your first time, just I admire like
Props.
the absolute gusto that you went in and go, you know
you
what,
went
I'm doing
forward.
all of this. Yeah, just don't forget some of the basic stuff, because it does that stuff pops out more at you if you're doing something custom. You know what I mean? Like the mold lines and surface imperfections. Like they pop out a lot more when you're starting to do more advanced things. So just don't forget some of that stuff.
What was I going to say? And so, a bit of orange peel here and there. Like there is some texture on that paint, but smooth nonetheless.
It could be from the shading too.
Ah,
It could be too
where
gradient.
did you see that? I didn't
On
really
the
see
feet, on the shield,
that. On
and the
feet
reds,
shield.
I really saw them.
See if we can
And
see
that
that
first
photo.
picture,
Also too.
One at a time, guys. What?
in the first picture, you can see it really hard. I think it's just because it's there's more of a light on it, and the gloss
On the
is
feet?
popping. Yeah,
Right there?
yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of paint
Shield.
inclusion there.
yeah.
No,
I can
I,
see
I
it, yeah.
mean, I saw it, but I don't know if it's the texture of the red paint, like reacting, because like you don't see it on any of the white pieces really.
Yeah, it's harder for it to get spotted on the white.
It's the contrast that the red is giving you that kind
Yeah.
of that makes it stick out.
Yeah,
Sure. Okay.
there's some of it in the shoulders, on the chest, in the vents. You see some texture on the top. No, yeah, like top vents, because you need two vents.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
You see it in the shoulder right there, and then the shield on the red. Some textures.
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
A
Yeah.
little bit, yeah, down below on the bottom part of that
Yeah.
middle.
I see that
midbrace there.
that little
Yeah,
that little
it's-
that little speck
Yeah.
underneath the red paint.
Yeah,
Had to get real deep
Little
in there to
things.
look at that, though. Good call,
Yeah.
though. I mean, but
yeah. You
had to get in
really got to nitpick this thing like
Yeah.
hard body.
Yeah.
there.
You
Things
really
don't
have to
stand
zoom
out.
in.
Yeah.
It's,
But
this
now
is
all
an
those
outs-
things are totally reparable too. You could totally fix the
Mhm.
couple little paint anomalies.
Sign
but, like,
send. I didn't see any silvering, which is fantastic. I don't know if you guys saw
that's
it.
a lot of decals too. I mean, that kit. Look at that thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a bottle of whatever you were using, please. Yes, thank you.
This shit is smooth.
Yeah, I think that was a proper modeler fluid. Just put that.
I think it's called
That on it.
Himador.
Alcohol.
But oh man, I can't. Yeah, I love that you included these photos too. Yeah, because I mean, if you're not familiar with the base kit or anything like that, you miss a lot of the things that you've added to this. Like, I mean, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's it's a totally different kit.
Yeah.
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 You
The
bought that,
details,
sir.
they definitely accentuate.
Oh, so good, so good. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of the chrome that you had used on the backpack. I don't know if there's another photo of it somewhere. I think if we go back a little bit, right here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm a big fan of it. Just chrome beam sabers, and then the fact that you didn't remove like the mold lines either kind of throw me off. But
Okay, good.
yeah, and I'm pretty. Does this have like a cover on it?
Backpack,
I think it
big
does.
cover.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
There
So
is
did
no
you
cover.
just omit that so that you can have like the smaller details and stuff?
Of course.
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was focusing on that backpack, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Bet.
You know how much work we put onto pieces and then hide them anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. I hate it. I hate it. But yeah, great stuff. And then the last thing I think I made a note of was just make sure you complete your scribes. Like go through the entire piece and not just at the end of the surface.
Yeah.
So this is like the biggest, like one of the bigger omissions right here. Like just make sure it continues,
Yeah.
just to give it that like that illusion
Panel.
that it's a separate panel. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
I remember
this breaks it.
there, and then I think there was one on the thigh piece didn't quite line up. I was on the back shot.
Oh, okay. Hold on. There you go.
Boom. Right along. I'm pointing like you can see it. Oh my god.
I see what you're talking about, I think, right?
Yeah.
Where the edge alignment's a little bit off, but
So that's the finishing. And
is this a real
then
ring? What is this?
This is a monster grade from 2001.
Yeah.
Oh, for Ka. Okay, that
yeah.
explains.
Yes,
Does it come with those tubes? No, right?
I believe
It
no.
does. It does.
Does?
Does it?
Yeah,
Let's
Yep.
double check.
I don't know.
That's
why
when I first started that.
curious about the.
Actually, I think I have mine laying around here somewhere.
I don't remember seeing the tube when I opened mine up.
So this
It's
when
been
they
a while.
first started that with that 2.0 frame.
Yeah.
That's when they started doing those little sleeve tubes.
I know that the. Steve says yes. I don't know if he's answering us, but
Okay.
I just know that the RG does have that like woven tube cover.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay. Well, I mean, dude, I mean, there's not. I mean, we're nitpicking at this point.
Yeah.
There's little.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm just curious.
Yeah, for someone's first custom, man, holy crap! Like mine was not even remotely this nice. Like,
Mine looked way
seams,
worse.
outlines.
oh my
I hand
goodness.
painted my first. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Like this is fantastic. I mean, this is a testament to the amount of resources that's out these days. Just to, be like, yeah, I'm going to try to make this. Why not? Let's do it. And then he does it. So just don't forget your basics. When you're going in and all that stuff. But otherwise, dude, I mean, I'm going to say it now. But I mean, if you don't follow him, Gunpla Newbie,
Good noob.
please do, because I am very impressed. But yeah. All right. Here's Scuffle. So if you didn't tell us, we would have never known. So props. Yeah, exactly. Fucking great, dude.
Really dope.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, he in a whip, one of his whips where he messed something up and had to fill it. That's pretty righteous.
Exactly.
Shit
All right,
happens.
So are we moving on to the next one?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Moving
right.
on. Let's go.
We're gonna power through some of these until Z's ready to tell his story. I don't know.
Oh, it's nothing crazy. It's just so you know how I spent the entire day at the storage, basically, like
Yes.
looking through shit, trying to find something. Well, I went to go find the new Gundam head that I told Julius I would give him,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't find it. Like I told you guys when I finally got home, and then I sat at my desk right before the show started, literally as the intro was going on, and pulled this out and opened it up. And there it is.
Hey!
Oh, wow.
Hey, look at that.
So you put it in an ice cream tub?
I
You didn't want to lose it.
Yeah, after I washed everything and rinsed everything off, I put it in with paper towels and stuff, and so I didn't want to lose it. Exactly, little lowercase z.
You never
know.
know with that. You never know
Exactly.
with those.
So I had it like right here drying, and yeah, so 5 hours well spent.
Yeah, there you go. Sweet.
Best way to
Freaking
spend a
sweet.
Saturday.
That's been today. Good job,
Yeah,
G.
right?
Good job.
Okay, well, thank you. That was a nice little break from that. All right, so let's go on to our to our next
Damn,
next
I was the
critique.
commercial break. I was like
You-
the late night 3 a.m.
Infomercial.
infomercial.
Are you getting old? Can they not find Gundam model heads?
check your local ice tub.
Open the freezer. Check inside the ice cream.
All right, so let's go on to our next critique. And let's make sure I have everything I need first before we do that. Okay, so it is going to be this gentleman right here. No stranger to this show. At Margar 1001 or 1001.
Text.
If you guys aren't familiar with him, he was the guy. He was in the first season. He was the one that submitted the what is the sand drop? Maganak.
Yeah.
Maganak. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. So let's go with his build name / background. So he says, in season 1, you said you wanted to see what I've done since the F91. I spray painted back in 2019, and he added a photo of it for reference. After the F91, I did some snap builds and put a heavy focus on nub removal and fixing seam lines and mold lines. 2020, I finally got my first airbrush setup and decided to try it out on my second custom kit, the MG Jester. I only had Gaia Cobalt Violet, Mandarin Orange, and German Gray, and made the best out of them. I added some claw plate on the shoulders / black pieces, ankle armor, knuckles, and around the collar, and also pushed to learn custom scribing for the first time. The ankle armor, the upper leg, and side skirts.
Pamps.
Hmm?
We got it wrong. He didn't do the Magnac. He's in the chat.
Oh, did he
It was
not?
Tater
I thought
Salad.
it was him. Okay, never mind.
Tater salad.
He did the F91.
Derek.
Yeah, he did the F91.
Yeah, he did the F91. Okay, so to continue on, he says, I ultimately ran out of time to work on this kit as it was a submission for the Michigan Builders Facebook page, but managed to take second place.
You-
So let's go ahead and share. There you go.
You.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's purple, so it wins.
He
cobalt.
painted a dual
Blue,
assault
man.
shroud
Purple.
is what he did.
You really did.
Cobalt blue.
Yeah.
It's true. It does look like
That-
kind
just
of
a soul shroud.
I love that
Wow.
color combo though. That
It
orange
worked
and the blue.
out.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have told me it was out of the plastic. I'd have believed you.
Yeah, that is very smooth application of
Yeah.
the paint.
Very, very smooth.
Hey, later, Julius. Have a great date night.
Later, bro.
Oh, take it easy, man. Yeah.
Here, enjoy, man. Hell yeah.
Tater salad did the Mega Knight. Thank you. Oh my god. Let's
Finally,
see.
someone else has failed on this show other than me.
Evil
Yeah, there's even Barney. There's no such thing. But yeah, anybody want to say anything else apart from?
I like it. I like it a lot.
The colors worked out very well in your favor.
Very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And
Go ahead.
go ahead,
go ahead.
Babs. No, go ahead.
No.
No,
I was just gonna say I would have loved more of a break from the purple.
You said what now?
I would have loved more of a break because I mean I get that it encompasses the
Man,
build.
no,
It's
it's not blue. It's not purple. It's blue. Cobalt is blue.
Yeah, it's cobalt blue.
It's German
It's-
blue, so it's purple,
Oh, it's
obviously.
German blue. Isn't it German?
It's German blue.
Cobalt?
He said
Oh.
cobalt violet.
Mm.
Oh, probably cobalt with
Purple
the violet tint. Just like you can get phthalocyanine in several different like varieties, whether it be green shade or blue shade or
Yeah.
Let's talk paint. No.
Yeah.
Why not?
So he
But
said-
yeah, I would have loved some kind of break from.
Yeah,
from
It's
color
true. It
separation.
isn't right. You could have added like a touch of that orange to the lighter shade of blue to give it a
Oh.
little bit more of a boost in the like brightness. Make it a
or
little more
around the
pop.
collar or the cockpit even.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So he
I mean,
has
you-
German gray available to him. He could have used a bit of that in some of the recessed
I know-
areas to give some dimension depth.
I know he used it on the thighs right here, right? Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the upper
In
arms.
the
right?
arms.
in the
Yeah.
upper arms
It
as
makes
well.
them look very skinny.
hmm
The side.
Whenever you have it like away from, whenever you have the thigh a darker color, you immediately remove at least 20 to 30% of its mass, like visually.
Wow.
He's
I would love
Everybody
to-
wear.
Does that work only on kids, or should I keep buying
It works.
jackets?
Exactly.
Yeah, it works when you wear it works when you wear a black t-shirt. Just saying, if you guys want to look a little bit skinnier, 20, 30%. I'm
Very
saying.
slimming. It's half my closet.
Julio's like, oh, man.
Put the wrong shirt on. Oh,
You
no.
don't, if you don't want to look like a well-fed dragon, I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
I like
This is
that.
gonna be shirt 2 for me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
This is gonna be a happy
Look at-
dragon eating.
This is my. To me, it's a fail, ain't it? Oh man.
Kentucky Fried Dragon.
Did he mention scribing this kit by chance?
He did. Yes, he
Yeah.
scribed the
Yeah, so
thighs.
you can see the thighs and the
And
the collars,
there's
the ankle
calves
guards.
as well around
Yeah.
the ankle. Yeah.
The ankles. That middle panel that you scribed out, I would have loved to seen like color separation there. Maybe a little lighter gray. Look really, really nice. And then those notches, maybe like some orange, just to make them pop more.
Yeah,
I feel like
also,
those legs and not forearms, biceps get lost. You know.
I also really like the attempt of having a little bit of painted detail on the inside of the shield.
Yeah.
It is a little bit rough
Yeah.
He did say that he was in a rush to finish it for a
for
Michigan.
his composition. Yeah,
show.
Yeah. That's
So
We've
then,
all
like,
been there.
It's the same thing with the gun.
Yeah.
He was going hard in there,
Mhm.
but really good.
I would have thinned him more and slowed down just a little bit, but yeah.
yeah.
Just the truth.
I'm not sure what's going on the inside of these circular details right here.
yeah, it's a little rough.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Like, did he have it painted as something and then removed it?
It could be a panel
Looks
line.
Yeah.
Panel line wash.
No,
A wash?
it doesn't look like
Scratch.
there's any wash on this though, is there? It looks clean.
Here and there.
True, I can't tell. Well, you can see some on the chest
Yeah.
fence.
You got
No.
it right here. You got it right here.
Oh
So,
yeah, okay. It's just
Yeah.
so subtle.
It is very subtle. Yeah.
Okay.
Some decals do have spots of silvering. It might pull up a bit more if it keeps catching.
Oh
A
yeah.
little bit, yeah. A little bit in some spots.
Here and there, yeah.
I think the biggest perpetrator of that is on the German gray thighs, like right here.
Yeah.
You see it lifting very slightly
Yeah.
in this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bummer. Well, you can fix
And the
that
one
too
in
with
the
the
chest.
with a
Some
touch
softer,
more.
man. Yeah.
Yeah,
A bit more
softer.
softer and you're straight.
Clear.
It's all fixable and improvable.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I like it though.
agree.
I really like this. It just
Yeah.
stands out, like pops. Like right away,
Yeah.
you look at it, and you're like, "Oh man, that looks good."
How do we feel about the arm being the same color as the armor? The arm the
The thighs.
the shield
and
arm.
waist.
The shield mechanic arm frame.
Oh, okay. The shoulder. clip.
Yes, shoulder.
Yeah.
Saturday.
It's been a day.
It takes away from. I mean, it makes it look more like a toy, right? Because with toy manufacturers, they do whatever they can to save money. So they'll empty out like molds and costs and all that. To have the hollow leg syndrome and stuff like that. So seeing stuff like this, whenever I see the same color as the main color of the suit, it just gives me that vibe. So
Okay.
maybe
Gotcha.
if you had just used your gray on that, or I saw you use silver at some point, right? So
Yeah, I was gonna say some more metallics on this would have looked crazy, like
A little
Yeah.
pop.
ankles, just joints and shit. That really look nice. I was gonna say I would have loved to see the head in reverse colors have that upper visor in blue and that helmet
Ooh,
in the
that'd
black.
be fun.
Yeah, it would have looked really nice.
Not a bad idea.
Or maybe I would personally the heels that could have been orange. Just give it that pop.
That face
Real
plate
quick.
could have been orange. Nice.
Yeah, this one part right here, you could have had an orange right here. That would have
Yeah.
helped a little bit.
Oh yeah, I would have liked that a little
They're,
bit.
they're great colors, and you should utilize them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks great though.
abuse
It really
it.
does.
Run with
And I know he said this was 11th hour, but the gold
Yeah.
on this was also very rough.
It looks like he may have hand brushed some of the silver on there.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
The way
For sure.
the inconsistency and the opaqueness of it.
Yeah.
Should make sense.
Yeah. To me, this is somebody that rushed this to get it done. Like,
Yeah.
like he has to get it done. So I get it. Understood.
We've all been there.
Oh yeah. Jesus Christ. And this was the F91 that he was referencing.
Look at that. It's like a totally
So he
different
went-
person.
Totally
Yeah, he
different.
went from here to here. I think I want to say that's a glow up, right?
That blow up.
Yeah.
That's
This
money
is-
moves right there.
This is everybody at 15, and this is everybody at least 23.
How it started, how it's going.
Mm-hmm. So, well done, dude. I mean, I think that's a place well deserved. I think I want to say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't remember that build composition because I'm part of the mission group, but I don't remember seeing that. But, dude, yeah, well done. Just if you're rushing, just if you think that you don't have time to apply something in your best ability, it might just be better to omit it altogether, because
Word.
you might get points docked away from the sloppy job that you would do if you were rushing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But other than that, man.
Yo, I can't wait to see the next one.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
What? His next one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hopefully he submits it.
It'll be a Maganek.
No, there's
Yes,
gonna be
because
tater
that's-
salad. It's gonna be another Maganac, and it's gonna have a fucking sensor decal in the fucking armpit. I know it. Just for me.
Okay,
I
so
look forward to it.
so next up,
Yeah.
we have our first feature of the evening.
Yeah.
It's not Brian's armpit.
No, it's definitely not.
It's from somebody we know, and he's I mean, he's here, so might as well.
Does he know he's here?
I don't know. Sometimes there you go. He's no longer. Where'd he go?
The future is coming from inside the stream.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and share this. Did you? I don't remember if you put a description, Kyle, or did you just?
I did. I want you to read the description
Oh.
verbatim as I wrote it.
Okay.
This is from
All right.
Miguel, by the way. I had to teach him how to say a story for his entries.
All right.
That last one was
All right.
Okay, I need to make sure I got
tell
the
the story. I'm gonna get a beer
Let me
while
get
you
my
tell
let me get my stuffed animal blanket. Let's hear this one. Let's go.
Let me just wet my whistle real quick.
Don't forget your speech exercises.
So this is from
Nail
that
brown cow.
one mysterious CritiQual guest. Jesus, Kyle. All right. Where do I start? Like any true tsundere, this Oscar GK figure threw me down an emotional hole of delight and sadness. This story begins like any other normal story as one of my favorite anime waifus. I'm saying words I would never ever say, Kyle. Fucking hell.
That's why I wanted you to read this, Babs.
I am curling up inside. My own
I just
cringe. Yes.
I just had to get an Oscar figure for myself. So I dove into the interwebs with the goal of getting my hands on a GK figure of my very own. As I scrolled past the hundreds of questionable Oscar figures, I found one that caught my eye. The art style and representation of Oscar checked all the boxes I didn't know I had while looking for a worthy purchase. After some waiting, my glorious purchase arrived to my domicile. Now, I may have forgotten to mention this as I go on with the story, but up until this moment in time, I had never worked on. Is there more?
Is there a
You
part
have a word limit on your stories, buddy.
All right.
Is that it?
But-
Is that why there were
Fashion.
two? Is
I'm
that why
just
there were
gonna-
two submissions?
No, the other one was another one.
Uh,
What's it called? So the story is as Pabs had read eloquently.
Thank you.
I had never done a resin GK figure or any kit for that matter up until this point, and boy was it a eventful learning curve.
Or what about that candy paint, baby?
yeah, I
What
love that
candy
red.
paint? There's no candy pan in this kit, guys. What are you talking about? I'll stand by that stance until I die, no matter how wrong I am. Anyway,
You say,
I actually learned a lot of valuable lessons about not only resin, anything resin kit related, whether it be a dress kit, figure kit, yada yada, just what goes into the prep work on it, because there is prep work in it.
It's
mind
no
you,
much
I had-
fun.
Oh, tell me about it. And especially if you've never done it before and you don't have kind of like a workflow for it, it is a nightmare. This kit took me way too long to work on, but eventually I got it done, as you can see with the finished pictures. For some reason, during the course of this kit, and to this day, me and Pab still don't know what the hell was going on. I had to strip this kit 4 times because the candy coat paint on there just wasn't responding throughout each of the steps involved. So I could prime it, I could base it with black, and I can get to chrome without any problems. It's when I go to put the clear red over it that shit just went crazy. I don't understand because it's
Is
all
this-
alkaline products.
Is this the one that you started with last year during that resin build up?
Yes.
Oh, because we were
I
talking about
started
stripping
this-
paint at the same time. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So this is I started this for Danny Pla's resin build off he did last year, and I didn't have it done
2020,
until this year, November. I would say maybe a little later. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've done it for a
in
while.
November you finished it the same year.
Yeah, it took me forever, but a lot of what kind of kept me from finishing it sooner was, beyond life, was the fact that I had to keep stripping this paint on this kit, and I was just like, oh. And then when it finally worked, I was afraid of it. Like, oh, I still don't know what went wrong and what causes, but everything's right. So I don't know how to.
Kyle, Dave has a
Yeah,
question.
Dave
Sorry.
wants to know.
What colors were used for skin? So actually, let me see if I can get them. I mixed colors
Oh, hold on.
for these.
As soon as he sits down, I don't want to blow up Kyle's butt. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. So I believe these are the shades. Hold on.
That's a quotable, Peps. That's going to be on your shirt.
I don't want to blow up Kyle's butt.
So
Said no burrito ever.
I've used a combination of two colors. So these are Gaia Notes. Gaia Notes Flesh, number 51, and then number 53, Notes Flesh Pink. So I based in the regular flesh, mixed these, and then did highlights with the pink.
Now, Kyle, is there anything you would have done differently to the flesh tone? Like anything you learned while doing this specific flesh tone?
No, actually, I think out of all things, the face on the flesh tone went out the best. I think because I'd done a lot of research on the stuff and messed around, and at that point, I was like, I just want to get this kit done. I think it went very well. Mind you, this kit doesn't have a lot of flesh to look at, so it's not hard to mess up a face when you're just going with a somewhat single tone. And I did kind of rosy up the cheeks afterwards with some chalk pastel. But
Get your hands on those AK pencils, my dude.
yeah,
That's great for little touches like that.
I'm trying to think, like, when it comes to flesh, that's not something I'm like, I have any words of wisdom to give, because that's as far as I've gotten. That's how as much as I've done.
For anime flesh, it looks great.
Yeah.
Circle back on me. Yeah, because I was really concerned because I didn't want her to have the pale complexion. I didn't want her to be super tan. I was trying to look for that kind of very close to, because she, German descent, fairly palish, but she's also in Japan where the sun's shining. So I was kind of looking for that pinkish, pale kind of tone to it.
Yeah, we Germans tan.
Yeah, you do.
You guys usually go from pale white to at least red.
Nah,
Tan.
bro,
At least red.
I'm a sun baby. I tan gold and brown. My wife turns
But,
bright red.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess I'll touch base on that further down the road when I finish a couple of the other kits I'm working on.
Sure.
There's going to be a lot more skin involved, but I think that for the face, that was a fairly straightforward process.
Kyle, one thing I would absolutely rate, I love about this build is your gloss black application. Nice and smooth, dude.
Oh.
Like, nice and smooth.
I was so picky about it too, because I knew the moment I threw a gloss coat on something, any imperfection would show. And in fact, in one of these pictures, you may actually catch one of the imperfections, and I was just like, I'm not going to fix it. I've stripped this enough. So I just kind of settled for it, and it's kind of like a orange peel roughness. Again, to this day, I could not figure out what was causing it. It was literally like rough texture, not your standard oil peel. I could feel it. It was like someone sprinkled crumbs on my kit kind of roughness. It was very weird.
Sure. But yeah, dude,
But
you should be very proud of this. I mean,
I-
as your first resin figure, your first flesh tone, your first
eyes. Those are the
Yeah.
first eyes I should say, I painted.
Your
Dude,
first
it's
white
so-
blue,
Talking it
all
over
the
on stage,
above.
isn't that?
The texture on that hat is very palpable. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you can.
so-
Yeah.
I was going for like a leather texture. So
Yeah, I fucking
what I
love it.
did was I went with my regular satin black on it,
this photo.
and when I prepped the brim and everything for it, I can't remember what I did to kind of give it that kind of leathery look.
So nice, man. So very nice.
It'll come back to me. It was pretty straightforward.
Please PM me when it gets back to you, because for my Morrigan, that's kind of what I'm looking for the bodysuit.
Okay. Yeah, it was. Shit, absolutely. Because I think I did a combination of I was using some of my Tamiya 500 Mr. Color or Mr. Primer 500 and just kind of gave a nice stipple, sanded it to a certain extent, and I just kind of felt the surface and then just painted over it with primer and black.
All right.
For those that are commenting on the chat, and the reason why I'm ignoring it is because this is a feature, guys. Remember that. It's a feature. Like you wanna.
Oh no, it's fine. I have no clue.
Don't pull a Z.
Yeah, don't pull a Z.
Here, I'll tell you guys what I did differently to get to the result I have now versus the result I was getting. Same paints minus one thing. I thinned the. Let me grab the bottle. So I was using Alkali Alkali Transparent Red, which is supposed to be straight out of the bottle like all their other products. At the time of painting it, it was relatively cold in the house with the window open for the thing. And I thought to myself, well, obviously temperature plays into viscosity, thickness and thinness of the paints. Yeah. And so what I did was I thinned it even more. And mind you, I just used regular Mr. Color thinner, nothing crazy. And I changed my spray pattern. So at the time, what I was doing somewhat sweeping, light pass sweepings. And that was fine, but I was getting that roughness. And I was like, okay. I changed the paint, and now I'm going to change how I apply it to the kit and see if I end up with a different result. And I went from sweeping motion to kind of, it's the same process, sweeping, but this time I would sweep with light coat and then work down and then come back and work. And I kind of changed up a little bit. And I don't know if it was the thinness of paint or the minor change in the distance and all that was the same PSI. I mean, I run at a relatively low PSI around 12. I don't really run high. I just mix my paints to work with that consistency. But and I had a better result with the application. I did see it in some spots pop up. I sanded it, went again, it was fine, but I had a better outcome with that for some reason. So I don't know if the thinning of the paint stuff, but yes, Miguel, I did actually rod and magnetize this because I made it where I can disassemble this entire kit and reassemble it in a different location. Like say I take it to a competition or something, or I want to pack it up for whatever case, I can do that with ease. Humidity might play into it as well. I mean, Indiana does get pretty humid.
Dude, yeah,
there's
so many variables.
So many atmospheric variables you really got to kind of know. That's why I try to keep a thermometer, humidor next to my bench to kind of help myself.
Yeah, and at the time, I had no issues. I built 2 other kits at the time, painting lacquers. I had never seen this happen before. And mind you, I don't do a lot of kits with alkali products, but at the time of the other ones I've done with chrome and stuff, I haven't had that issue before. So I was like, why is this the kid that's breaking the camel's back? Like, what the fuck's going on? And me and Pat had talked it over. And we're okay, what about this? What about this? And it could be maybe the gassing of the enamels are causing issues. So then I would let it cure for even longer. And then it was just a rinse, wash, repeat and still end up with the same outcome. So I don't know if the thinner had anything to do with making it a better process or not, but I figured it out, thankfully.
Yeah,
but
with that, I'm going to probably cut it short because I woke the baby up.
Oopsies.
Screaming.
But thank you, Kyle. I mean, this was a great build. I mean, he muted himself. But this was a great build, man. I know you worked hard on it, and it was a very long process for you. And definitely great job, man. I mean that flesh tone on an enemy
silver off there. Nice.
I mean, not
Hell
even
yes.
that, man. Like, I give Kyle a fucking gold on that shit.
Oh
That's,
yeah.
For not even just because of the end product, but because
it
of the
was
journey.
bronze, guys.
It
Bronze.
was bronze.
Oh, the bronze?
You,
My bad.
So
you saw it
thanks for
through.
blowing smoke up my butt, but there are actually blatant discrepancies with the kit that marked, I would mark it down for that.
I don't know, man. Listen,
There's like a chip on
let
the
me
chest,
finish
there's
what I'm going
paint
to try
missing in
to
some areas.
say
Yeah.
before you tell me to stop saying it, okay?
See the critique.
I'm saying that having seen all the shit that you went through, going through all of those processes, right? Having the trial and error, not even just having the trial and error, but having it like, you're like, this is going to work, and it works, and then at the last minute, it's like, fuck you. And you're like, well, that's horrifically demoralizing, and it can crush a kit. And then to do it again and again and have that same thing, but still stick with it and go about it the right way, think about it scientifically as well as practically and pragmatically. go through the process and just really solve it for yourself. That is what, to me, gives you a gold on that shit. Like, little discrepancies aside, that doesn't, for me, it's like your process. You went the marathon, you did the journey.
You didn't throw it in the trash, so good job.
No, I mean,
Exactly.
she's hiding under some really soft towels now, disassembled.
You got to finish that base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you do. You got to give this
You
the
need
whole
a
thing.
you need a solid
Oh,
foundation,
it's
sir.
That's right. It's a cool base too.
It's a cool fucking base.
Is it the head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to finish
I know,
that
I know.
base, bro.
They built some
love
layers up with the damage side, got a clay, but yeah, I don't know. I've never really sculpted a here. Yeah,
But it's looking
You gotta
dope.
start somewhere, baby. You gotta start somewhere.
Dope.
You should
When
just
you're
do
done
it.
with it, can you cast it? I kind of want to use it as a mug.
Oh,
So,
Fucking cool.
they're
Like-
actually 3D print
Like my
files
brush
for
cut.
Unit 2's head. So,
yeah. So thank you, Kyle. Man, that was freaking great.
Like,
Dude.
you guys
Love that build.
thank you.
And I noticed some people were asking earlier on how to submit. It's very easy, very simple. If you go to either my profile or Critical Builds profile, it's Critical Builds, all one word with a Q apparently. There is a link tree on there. There is a link to the submission form, the YouTube, the Twitch, and the online store. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, we'll talk about that at the end. But if you do want to submit for a future episode, please do, and you can find it all there. So there you go. Just wanted to say real quick. But yeah, let's go ahead and go on to our next critique. Yeah, critique. This time, somebody who may not be the biggest fan of me. I may have said something on a certain show about this gentleman. It's this guy.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so Mr. Chris Gunpla _ Miami. You can see right there on Instagram
My
and
favorite
Twitch.tv. Yep. I clicked on that. I clicked on his stream real quick last night. Saw him in the outfit. I was like, I am leaving right now.
He is a one-stop shop, dude.
My God, man! I was like, this man is wearing a.
He needs to run his own maid cafe. His talents are wasted in Gunpla.
God, all right. So, talking about his build slash background real quick. He calls it the Rocking Zaku slash. I wanted to do a rock theme. The build was supposed to be with a heavy arms, but the Zaku slash fit it better. The guitarist by the feet is controlling the Zaku. Let's go ahead and share that. Where did it go? The fuck? I think I may. I think
He took them away from you.
He did. Yeah. Where did they go?
They're there.
Seriously.
It's
Somewhere.
big and purple. You can't miss it.
There it is.
Sam's, you're supposed to fix your relationship with him, not demoralize it.
Oh God. So
You know this thing is loud, right?
Yeah.
Loud as fuck.
I can hear images you can hear.
Yeah.
I love themed builds and just like sticking to it. So I enjoy the execution of this idea quite a bit, from the speaker shields to the scythe guitar. It's
yeah, I love that
I like this photo.
Yeah, he retrofit everything. Like he to fit a theme. He didn't just paint it and go, okay, this is what it, this is the theme and this is it. But he took everything that was already in the kit. Obviously, he added more, but he made it suit what he was going for with the theme that he was going for. So, huge.
The best thing about the scythe guitar is that it's both an axe and a scythe.
Yeah.
Well, with a certain riff.
Meta. It's a meta build.
Yeah, he made an inlay and wired the whole thing. Like, it's really, really nice. Axe.
When I first saw it, like I could, for whatever reason, my head just went straight Mad Max, the Bard, just playing on the speakers. I'm like, that's that guy's suit.
Yeah. If he was wearing a red onesie, it'd be great.
Well, I think I think Miami was during the show. That's why.
I'm pretty sure he
That's
was.
a
Yeah.
that's a Union Jack, right? Isn't he wearing like basically like long underwear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
Yeah, just the Union Jack with like
and
the
some
butt flap.
suspenders
Yeah.
in case he gets cold.
One
Okay,
thing. One
so
thing
the
I'll
guitar
say.
is-
Yeah, is that the tech the what do you call what do you call
Velvet?
this? Velvet? Yeah, the velvet thing kind of
Yeah.
betrays your skill a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Just a little bit. But dude,
A little, but I kind of like it. It just adds to the campy, like.
It's so like glam rock. It's so
Yeah.
very wonderful.
I'm trying.
In all
I'm
sorts
trying
of
to remember.
If Prince was a mobile suit,
I'm trying to remember which movie it was. Whether it was the first Wayne's World or the second Wayne's World, but they were trying to go to Woodstock.
Oh, the second one.
First one. No,
They
second
weren't
one's
going to
when they're
Woodstock.
getting a record deal.
So
Yeah.
how do it couldn't no, they don't go to Woodstock. In the first
It's
one,
not
they're just trying to get
It
the
was like-
first one they're getting the record deal.
Yeah.
That's when they're trying to get hook up with Crucial Crucial, what is it? And then Cassandra. I can't remember what it
Yeah.
was
They were
called.
trying to go to
Yeah,
like,
because
Belfast.
well, no, it's the second one because he interrupts their wedding at the very end.
That's the second one. Yeah.
It just reminds me of that scene. I don't know whichever Wayne's World it was, where they were at a festival.
sounds
This
like
is-
we need
this-
a movie night.
We really do.
Yeah.
I
Second one's great where he's like, and his shirt like rips off his body. It's so good.
He fights. He fights the
Yeah,
dad.
and he fights. Yeah, and he fights the dad who's like like acclaimed actor.
Look at these rowdy rock and roll crowds. You know. with
Yeah.
I like
leg
this. This is like a
skirts.
solid festival vibe, sort of.
socially distanced mosh pit.
Yo, man, we did right. Really, that's tough. Like seriously, look at this. You've got a handful of different forms, but they're all painted differently, so they all look like different
Yeah.
characters, even though it's repeated forms.
Yeah.
Like that's actually that's a
No,
lot
no,
of
no,
work.
no,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, no, I bought
Like-
those little last model. Like, I got all those little fucking figures, and you get like 100 figures, but it's like they don't tell you that you're only going to get like 8 styles in 100 figures. Oh yeah, that's right.
There
I got
is-
a bunch of ladies in kimonos going like this, and
Steve
it's like, what the
says-
hell am I going to do with that?
Second one is
Waynestock.
holding Wayne stock. There you go.
Mm.
So it wasn't
Nice.
Woodstock; it was Wayne stock.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish there were more speakers on that stage.
In the
I
back.
feel like there's a lot
Big
of
ass
empty
one.
space there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
know.
empty space there.
He said, I don't know if I remember. He 3D printed these, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
believe
if
it.
you-
Oh, he
Really
did?
good,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you had just
I didn't-
scaled these up, just, and then put them in the back.
Bigger is better, baby.
True.
And louder.
Yeah, or you could have made some real cheapy ones out of paper or something. Too,
Yeah,
just
that's what I was
to sell it.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot though.
Cool world.
I like that the
'Cause the-
pilot in his story, it controls the backstory that the guy in the purple controls the guitar in the suit with his guitar.
Yeah.
It's
That's
very
a cool
rock
motherfucker
band.
right there.
I'm just going to comment on how clean the purple finish on the paint looks. It all looks
Yes.
really good.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at it, like get real close and look at it and stuff. It looks pretty good throughout. I didn't really find anything like super where I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
There's very minimum rough texturing, right? Like if the most is right here in the back for me.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this is the
Oh,
worst
yeah.
that I saw.
Orange peel.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No. Oh yeah, a little
Also
silver.
use custom decals as well.
I like that though.
Yeah.
beautiful. I do like.
So good.
He also had really good lighting conditions when taking this thing because it really highlights that this is shiny as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The decals on the shoulders, I don't love their placement. I feel like the divot in it like breaks it up too much. In
Oh, I see
other
what you're
colors,
saying.
yeah.
There's also some heavy silvering on the
Yeah.
decals. On the
Yeah,
shoulders.
there especially. Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, the skull seems to be a little bit out of place, or is that?
Yeah,
actually-
but you know, it's
Yeah.
part of it. It's
Yeah.
so. I mean, so kind of does
And
the
it's
spiked
best.
mohawk, but you know, those two things that don't exactly go well in themselves kind of go together. So it works
Mhm.
a little bit for me.
Hmm,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm just a fucking rock and roll nerd too. So.
The theme and the aesthetic work very well for me. Yeah.
we wanted them to be tattoos.
Oh, so
Uh,
definitely bad placement is paramount.
Yeah, Brandon, your chat's working.
Nailed it.
Brandon says, "Is my chat working? YouTube just freaked out on me. I don't know,
Uh,
man.
Hey, we're
I
seeing
think
you,
it
Brandon.
works.
I saw a couple of stuff earlier from you.
Now, the biggest problem that I have with this build, or the only issue that really stuck out to me was if you go back to the scene with the crowd, on the left of the picture, there's a cop holding back that person trying to get past the guardrail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, I wish it would have been more realistic in a sense that that dude's leg was broken because he was already trying to jump over the guardrail. Like, you know, there's something else kind of going on there. But no, but yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah. My comment on the people in the crowd looks like a lot of older folks. So I'm wondering like what they're playing. You know what I
It's a
mean?
Kiss concert.
Yeah.
They're Led Zeppelin tribute band.
You know?
Oh my god.
Australian.
No, it
Pink
looks like
Floyd.
that, but it's the fucking Smothers Brothers. I don't fucking know.
It's the Doobie Brothers.
Jefferson's Airplane.
Also, I mean, you know, before I pause on it, I just want to say, well done on these speakers
Yeah, dude.
on the actual kit itself. I remember seeing him working on these,
Yeah.
making sure they fit on the shield and on the cannons. I mean, well done, dude. Like this is on point. I do like.
Yeah, it's a great use of that weird aspect of those shields. How it has the extra ammo packs on the inside of the shield. I always thought that was kind of
Canisters.
not exactly a smart place to put your ammunition, but
Have your whole
I don't
shield built.
design the models. I just build.
I don't understand what what's happening here.
It's
Oh yeah,
great
what
to
is
do.
that? Right? Oh, that's
Like
weird.
sanding, rough sanding.
I think it's
Is that a decal?
They're decals.
There's decals there, yeah.
Oh.
Zoom in.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
their hands.
Yeah. Black fucking skeleton hands, yo.
That's metal as fuck.
yeah.
It is very metal.
It's
But
it's
a
all
lighter
metal as
color,
fuck.
but I mean, those stand out. Like a little bit more, less metallic, more like, you know, if you'd gone
Yeah,
with a
that-
gray.
This wasn't the best photo for this. Like maybe change the lighting a little bit so you can see.
I like
this
to
a
see
little bit.
those decals on the shoulders.
With those metal skull hands.
Yeah.
Or
That
no,
would've been cool.
it's double. It's like the
Yeah,
fucking
double horns.
fucking horns, yo.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's hype. Dang. Come on,
It's hard to
Chris.
see. Man.
This is layers and layers.
We're peeling them back.
That's the great thing about a theme build. You gotta have that continuous, little things here and there. We talked about Freddy's builds in the past where he puts little nods and things in there. That's what keeps the theme more grounded and more alive.
Oh, they do actually work.
I think
saw them.
they have
You turn
LED.
them on. Yeah.
It needs a smoke machine.
Yeah.
You could have sent me photos of this thing working. You could send a video. I'm just saying, bro. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
Right.
Come on, son. But yes, if you guys don't follow him at Gunplay Miami on Instagram, Twitch,
Great job.
twitch.tv/Gunplay Miami. He usually builds. There are times where he's wearing some questionable things, but
Yeah, he's just a creative character doing creative character stuff.
yes,
Expressing himself.
let's leave it at that. I suppose. With that, we're about to go. Let me remove his name here, and then let's go on to our next critique because we're pretty good on time, so we might be able to spend a little bit of time on this next one. Let's get their name out there.
Oh
Who
no.
the fuck?
This bitch. I hate
So-
her.
For
Uh,
real.
No,
He out there killing shit.
no stranger to the show. Submitted before. You submitted, what was it? The Scope Dog, right?
My scoop
Yeah.
dog. Yeah.
The Scoopy Dog with the was it the upside down front skirts? What was upside
The
down? The front
skirts
side
were
skirts.
backwards.
The backwards.
The
There you
side
go.
skirts were on the wrong sides. I'm so glad no one said anything. Thank you.
So
I
I'm so
would-
glad
I,
that
it ruined.
doesn't matter.
I know. Yeah. It was when it was pointed out to me. I was drinking up at Angel's. I'm just like, this has ruined my whole fucking day. And Angel's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You gonna go home and change it? It's like, yes, no, I
It's
can't.
like,
I'll be back in a few hours.
Uh-huh.
All right. So do you want me to read out the build name background, or do you want to just explain it yourself?
No, that's why I sent it to you. So I don't have to.
Okay. All right. So I'll read it out. All right. So the RE100 Shokyu First baddie suit seen in Victory Gundam. I really wanted to focus on the gloss coat and shading / tone and capitalized on the use of the pink pre-shade / warms that Brian suggested when I first started thinking about this kit. I have a much better appreciation and understanding of gloss finishes now. It's the shiniest kit I've done so far and very off my usual color palette. Touched up a pinch for lighting and removing an action base, accidentally chucked the second beam saber in the right light. The silvering on the 12 sticks out. There are some spots I'll go back and hit it with more gloss eventually for my own preference. He's not perfect, but the important part is I like it. And then
critique.
for the first time,
next guy.
for the first time, somebody actually gave us something to focus on. And for text, it's how the fuck do I fix silvering when you notice it post gloss?
Ooh.
So let's go ahead.
When it's already on there. Now what?
Yeah.
All right.
That's not it.
No, it's not. This is work in
That's
progress.
your base. Yeah, I looked at all your photos in reverse order. So I was just like looking through it all, and I was like, and so I was like, I got to the end of it, and I was like, I wonder if she did like a pink base. Oh, yes, she did.
Yeah, I was very excited to
I do
do
this.
it.
I do this consistently with my yellows, my reds, and my anything warm. Like just pink, just works. It just works. It just gives it a certain sort of brightness. No dull.
So, Tex, was this your chance to do the matte Watanabe? His other vibrant.
That son of a
mix?
bitch.
So remember, you were doing his dot method on one of the other builds.
Yeah, I didn't do it so much. I wound up going back and hitting stuff. They call it the.
Oh shit!
It's called max technique, but there are two instances where it's used, where it's like the post shading with the highlighting, and then it's the dot shading that he does beforehand for these big old slabs for like aircrafts and stuff. So I was advised to go back and hit the orange with some yellow, but to add white to my orange and then go back and brighten it up for highlighting, because I was definitely afraid of losing and washing out all of the pre-shading work that I had done when I started to hit it with that orange.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad you did that with the yellow, because that really gives the vibrancy from your darkest tone to your lightest tone more consistency.
Thank you.
That's always the problem with pre-shade. You just get two tones, and you're like, well, there's more than two tones. The shading. You have your highs and your lows. So I'm really glad you took the step to go back to do your highlights, because that really brings the kit's color palette together nicely.
Thanks. I'm glad I did it, and I'm probably gonna religiously do it from now on after that. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So here's something that not a lot of people do. Please size out your decals. This is an additional step that not a lot of people think of, because you're thinking, oh yeah, it'll fit. I think it'll fit. Just size it out.
Eyeballing shit.
Yeah, just why are you eyeballing? It's right there. Just cut it out. Place it and go, okay, it might be a little bit too big. It might be too close to the edge, etc.
Yeah, that helped here a lot.
At the very least, you can use like a little grid ruler to measure it.
That's genius,
and
actually.
lay it out. This is a big grid ruler, and I just cut a part off of it.
Oh, like one of those big old school long ones?
Now you're a short ruler.
Hey, now you're Napoleon. So this kit only came with those tacky blue stickers, and I thankfully have too many Victory Gundam decal sets. So this is a combination of the Bandai one and then the Delphi ones for the Gun Easy, because the other ones didn't exist. So, and that one fit. That was the point.
I think that you just told a lie there, because there's never too many decals.
That's true.
I was gonna ask, what was it like a conscious decision for you to minimize like the decals on this thing?
Yes, I am not a huge fan of decals. So like Vercause, the amount of decaling going on there loses the appeal to me. A lot of my kits don't have many decals on them, with the exception of the Scope Dogs, which have a ton of them, and the Gun Easy that I did. But I like less is more for me, usually.
Oh yeah, especially those old Victory kits, because there's not a lot of like detail on them. The armors are normally like big section pieces, and the decals would just kind of muddy it up with all kind of little crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in a lot of the cases, I don't. You get stickers anyway, and I'm always afraid of it, too many decals covering up the work that I've done. It's just
So my critique for one thing that I've noticed on the pre-shading on the crotch red, it's a bit dark.
Yes.
Like that shit hits hard. You see all this like flawless shading, and then whoa.
Yeah, there and on the back of the calves. I don't know if it was just one of those
Just hit it.
I
too
left
hard.
it on for hit it too hard, or I had spent so much time away from it I really wasn't noticing the inconsistencies because it sat there on my table orange forever. I didn't really think about it.
And your actual decals on your shoulders, I wish they were a little bit closer. I don't
Like
know why,
in more.
Yeah, closer to the chest. I don't know why that being that far out makes me feel weird about it. Like
I think it's the line, right? Like,
Is it?
Like, yeah, I think it's the
Yeah,
line. So
it's got this little line right here.
Yeah, a little bit closer to the chest.
One thing that I will say is that though your paint is marvelously consistent and beautiful color of orange, I think that your overall composition would have benefit from a couple of accents of a slightly darker tone of orange, like potentially like the center of the chest component, if it still had that beautiful shading but was just like a touch darker, the wrists just a touch darker, just to help like break it up a little bit more visually.
Yeah,
because though it is like gorgeous piece, it kind of does feel a little bit like, I know I'm sure it's probably supposed to be that color, but like yeah, exactly. That's just me being like me. So
it provides a different type of separation with the tone.
Just a little bit.
More
accent.
accent.
A little bit.
Accent. Okay.
This is one of the few things where I'll say like the texture on the paint on the glossing, like I know it's not perfectly smooth. It adds to it for some reason. Yeah,
I think it looks great.
Yeah, like usually I'm like, man, this isn't perfectly smooth. You could have smoothed this out a little bit of compound polishing would have smoothed this out. But like looking at this,
I thought about that like right after the fact. I was like, but I want to finish this next one.
But it actually the texturing on this works, and like,
it looks more realistic, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen big panels of powder coated metal? Do not look like perfectly chrome gloss smooth. Like they have texture to them.
Tim absolutely beat me to it.
Yeah, what do we got here?
I think if I had gray parts, that'd be interesting.
So I mean, he's saying like your joints. If they had been a different finish, and this is something I do personally, where I mix my finishes, and it's annoying as fuck because that means you can't then finish everything at the same time. But if you were to just like have different finishes, I think this would set certain things off a lot more. Like the antenna, if you had this all this matte and then this red was a gloss, and that would be really fucking annoying because then you have to figure out the sequence between, okay, well, what should I gloss first, or should I gloss first, or should I matte first, then go in and so. But it would just set certain things up more. Like you're like, oh, okay, so that thing is visually flat. What else is flat? Oh, the joints.
I get it, and then okay, yeah.
It makes sense to the lure of the robot. My only complaint was, and I say it's about a lot of people's builds, is I like detail in the frames, like in the kneecaps, the inner kneecap circles. I know you're fully capable of putting a little offset color in that little minus mold, and little things like that just kind of give it that realistic appeal that this isn't just a fancy looking toy. It's actually something like that's grounded in a universe beyond itself. So I always tell people, hey, put some detail on those, especially since the kit comes molded with some somewhat separation. Throw some color separation in there to really kind of give it, and it go well with the matte, discussion we just recently had where you actually have a difference in armor tones and stuff of that and coats. Kind of gives it more of a realistic, grounded scheme.
The pre-shading makes it look menacing.
It does.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bad guy suit to begin with. Like I want to live in this thing.
Yeah.
It's got like a power to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, is it glowing? What's happening? Like, is it?
He's gonna fuck you up and look good doing it.
Oh yeah, I had evil ass moon music the entire time I was working on this damn thing. Of course, yeah.
The orange is so good too.
It's so good. Yeah. I mean,
I love it.
Absolutely consistent. Yeah.
the fact that you have all these lights reflecting off it too, just
Helped.
You horse, man. Like this.
One in terms of like the how you've presented this, I think what you've done is great. I would have liked a darker background with your lights to give it
Yeah.
like a dynamic.
Yeah, I thought about it while I was editing the photos, and I'm just like, this would have looked fucking badass if I had just ironed out the black sheet. I didn't do
Yeah,
it.
really. I mean, that would have been like, because I mean, you know, having a black background adds a certain type of drama. The fact that you have this thing so glossy and so reflective, with all of your lights just bouncing off it, and then it's in black. It's just, and then obviously, you know, your ridiculously orange and fiery kind of pre-shade. I think that would have set off a certain way.
I'll revisit that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still time.
Hey.
there is still time. Absolutely.
Zoom into the eyes.
The what now? What do you want?
The eyes, the honeycomb like eyes, they look great.
This is a Kamen Rider kit in disguise. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, since the best suits are bug inspired, insect inspired. It has scanner eyes, so not a couple of them have like the hex shape, but those ones came with that. So I hand painted in those little buggies.
Gangsta.
So are these like a solid plastic or are they clear?
Solid.
Are they solid? Okay.
Mhm.
And then did you do anything different to those in comparison to like with the other reds on the other kit?
No, I appreciated it.
I think that piece would have really worked well with a red overcoat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a beautiful something, because obviously your piece is reflective, but it's not reflective to a point where you're able to you're seeing like, oh, it's like a gloss texture. But if you have like that glossy
Okay, yeah.
kind of layered texture of the chrome and then the red, I think that would have given it a little bit more depth.
I'll buy another one.
I think it would look hype if you had, because you probably had this masked off when you painted it, and you have this like great red in there that's deep. If you had just brought it up to like a candy, like in the center, and like highlighted it out, gave it like almost like what they do in Warhammer, where they just barely hit that shit with some super thin, like thinned out bright red, and give it like a bright wash a couple of times to help like glow that center, and then had all those little pinpoints painted on there by hand. I feel like it would look even more like amazing.
I'll have to try that one next time. Yeah. I like how dark that red got, though. Honestly,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like for me, like that,
too,
like
itself.
super dark on the edge, and then like super like that, like bright richness in the center, like that. Latex makes a beautiful blood tone. That's like just it's so good. Maybe I'm getting creepy.
we creepy left the station a long time ago, Brian.
Hey,
Didn't you hear the story that Pabs read earlier?
Well, making me say words I don't want to ever say again. Thank you.
It came out of your mouth, Pabs. Your mouth.
So if anybody has ever seen Japanese beetles and stag beetles, oh, not just Japanese, but like stag beetles and stuff like that, they are, I want to say they're generally shiny. I think because I was thinking about like, what is it about this texture that seems to be setting off, and it gives me that stag beetle, those things, like that kind of
creepy
vibe.
crawly.
Yeah, and it's the fact that
You
you
think
have
they're
that
slimy,
texture
but they're not.
just helps. Yeah, and this thing, I mean, it looks like it would be, it would literally be crawling up a wall somewhere. Like it looks kind of alive, in that kind of sense. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Anybody else? I want to know what's happening here, though.
That's probably, I probably wasn't dry all the way or not applicated enough.
Fingertips?
Honestly,
I looked at it first. I was like, "Is that gold? Is that gold?"
No,
and
that's
I just realized. Yeah, it's
that's the light
reflection from
hitting
the
it.
section.
Yeah. I was very lazy with that with those back pieces.
One of them
You
gloss and the other
you
isn't.
imprinted it with your finger?
No, I had gloves on. No, I don't know. I think it didn't apply evenly enough, or I had rushed it trying to get it done for today. So
Okay.
That's definitely one of the parts. The heels, I want to go back and hit with some more gloss. It's obviously not as reflective as the rest of the shoe, which pisses me off. So,
As Michael Dawson says, it has shiny butt cheeks.
Yeah.
I do.
Michael, why isn't yours shiny? What's wrong with you, bro? Get to it.
Yeah.
Get the
Everyone's
shiny.
butt cheek shiny.
Yeah.
If you clap them hard enough, they get nice and shiny.
But dude, I mean, this is great work.
Fantastic.
Really, it has presence. The reflection and the glossiness alone, man. Just like you need to. If it were me, I would just keep wiping it because I think it's wet. Like, why is it wet? I want to dry this thing.
Try.
It's sticky.
An iridescent pale clay may help the stag beetle carapace survive if you specifically meant to paint a kit like this to emulate one.
I just wanted it shiny.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I know you normally do the flat coat treatment. Are you now going to do more shiny builds?
I hope not. Well, I mean, I have a candy one planned out, and I feel like I'm surrendering to it for that one. But I'll indulge in it a little more every now and then recreationally. I'll be a recreational gloss coat person.
What is that green one? The Phantom, right? Is it Phantom Gundam or it's green and purple?
Oh yeah, it has like fiery stuff.
Purple, yeah. What is the name of that?
It's like a crossbones, right?
Oh, with the you good?
Yeah, it's there, but it's faded.
I see it. I see the gif of it playing in my head right now. I don't know what the keywords are.
I would anyway because
Ghost?
I think it has
Ghost.
Yeah,
I am
Phantom
being told
Ghost. Is it Ghost? God, I don't know. But if they do make a 1/100 kit of that, I know there's a resin kit of it coming out, but since it has a very similar aesthetic, I mean, I'm saying
Yeah, they're done the sort of the same way. I really do like the look of the more of these suits from Victory Gundam, the Vespa bad guy Zanskar army. Just because they're different, they look more organic. I mean, they all look like bugs too. So it's a break from the box and the angles and the very old Volvo looking design of mech suits.
You wanted to go for the Kia, I get it.
Oh yeah, aerodynamic. We're just getting itching closer and closer to that Huracan. That's fine.
I mean, with Hathaway's Flash coming and going soon, now we're going to move into F91. Maybe they'll start re-releasing some of these kits.
You think they're going to redo F91?
Who knows? It has a fan base. You never know.
I know everyone
thinks.
Well, not everyone, but there's a large group of people that are screaming Crossbone for a long time. There's a lot to be explored there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I think there's going to be a lot of people screaming for a while on that one. Personally,
I'm gonna have to pull out and finish my Barbas then.
Yep.
All right, but anyway, if you guys don't follow it, I'm sure pretty much everybody here does. At Texmerquise on Instagram, Texmerquise on Twitter, pretty much everywhere, right?
Yep, even where I don't want to be.
There you go.
Like YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. I think I took it like I was joking with a friend of mine. Like, you should probably get your OnlyFans name just so no one else tries to snag it. I was like, I don't need to go that far. It's okay.
That's a door I'm not opening.
I can stay there.
I'm gonna trick people.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's move on to our next feature, shall we?
Yep.
As soon as I can freaking find... There it is. Sweet. All right, so the next person for a feature is this gentleman right here. Kind of started to make waves very recently at Cobrapla on Instagram. And his build / background description is: the build is the Keha 2 from the Advance of Zeta line. Was it Zeta? Yeah, it is. Which was original concept art from the Genki Hobby magazine, but select few have been offered for retail and P Bandai. The purpose of this build was to practice airbrushing since I started early this year. So, very short and sweet. Let's go ahead and share his his kaha.
Yeah.
And this is again a feature. So.
Go-ha.
Anybody got anything?
So
It's
I
a
gotta
rough.
say, I've always enjoyed the decals in all the Titan kits, especially the ones released. So I like the use of his decals on this kit. Ooh, these are the ones I like. So yeah, sorry, I'm at a loss for words. You kind of got me. I was like, I figured I'll get that out of the way and mention that I like the decals in this kit.
There's
Very well placed.
The finish is Is it supposed to look that? Is it textured? Oh,
It's different. It's different.
Mm-hmm. I like the choice of colors and the like use of pre-shading to like give all those different facets like more drama. I think that looks nice, especially with like the style of photography that the artist chose.
Absolutely. I really like his decal placements in some areas, especially on the whites right here. I think that's pretty good. Hey man, you write them, all right?
Yeah, exactly, Carl. I love those blues. Those blues look so nice. Like they have like a good like depth to them. And then that other, the darker as well. Though it does look like the one shield on the other side is a bit more. Maybe it's just like the photography, but that like it's like a deep royal as opposed to more of like a black.
The Titan blue or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
Titan's blue.
I think it could be the lighting because it seems like it's the same color throughout. Just
yeah.
shadows probably.
I do like how that eye shines in that last photo. I don't think that's an edit or anything. I think that's a really cool effect.
I like that contrast of the yellow on the vents between the white and the black on the shoulders, right? Those are shoulders.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think those shoulders. I don't know. It's art. It's AOZ.
AOZ stuff. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Party parts. Armor.
On the piece.
I think you did a really good job here. Did I get his real name? Did he?
Cobra Pla?
Well, he called himself the Cobra Plamonda.
The Cobra from down. No, never mind.
I don't know what that means. And then Miguel says, "Notice how there is no seam line on the legs. What happened to the? There we go. Oh, he's right. Look at that, no seam line.
Taking notes, Miguel. Taking notes.
Take notes, my guy.
Where's its feet? I don't understand AOZ kits.
It's right there. Look, this is the feet right here.
Those are ballet shoes.
They don't walk. They hover. It's all.
They
Haven't you played it?
They have gear. They have landing gears at the that fold out from the back of the calf, and that's their feet.
Haven't you played?
Right there. You see that purple?
Jehote's foot is like these big.
Like if I zoom in right here,
As a structural engineer, that upsets me.
this
Oh,
right
I
here
can
is
agree
the
I'm
foot.
with you on that. I'm like,
Okay.
that's not integral.
Sorry. How does this work in real life?
Yeah, here's the green in the eye I was talking about. That's pretty.
Ah.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
He's
I
got that
don't
throughout
know.
a couple places for the sensors. Very, very well placed.
Well, okay.
What, dude?
I don't know, man.
That's good. I don't know. I like it.
But yeah, Cobra Pla, good work, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Keep working.
going.
Keep making cool kits.
He said that this was his first airbrushed kit.
Right.
So
I
hopefully,
think it's one of the first because he did another one recently. That I think mentioned in the comments when he posted it was one of his first.
Oh, send me the name of that blue, please.
isn't that Titans Blue? I want to say that's MS Titans.
I think it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but yeah, good work, dude. Hopefully we get to see more. See you progress and
Hell yeah, let's see the next one.
yeah, definitely. All right,
And
so
don't be afraid to throw out some critiques so we can help you in your painting journey along the way too. Because first time's always the roughest.
right, and so if you guys don't follow him, IG at Cobra Pla. Check him out. Definitely good stuff coming from him, and hopefully we get to see more and we see his progress. Hopefully, we'll see. All right, so let's remove that guy right here, and then we'll go on to our next. The heck is our next? Okay, so we're doing so. Since we're kind of at a weird odd number, we're gonna do a second feature, and I didn't for
Second
some
breakfast?
reason a second breakfast, right? I didn't,
Brunch?
No, that's not brunch, man.
Oh, we got
I am
breakfast
drinking.
bread.
Oh, we got the Hobbit's menu over here.
That's my my bottomless pints,
Always.
please, sir.
Yeah, exactly. It can always be time for booze and eggs. Like, why not? Let's make some
Oh.
breakfast. Oh, not for you, Kyle.
But now I'm super hungry, so I'm gonna grab some
I do
food
booze.
while Chris pulls this up.
Yeah, I know. Kyle just gets pancakes.
pancakes.
Booze and
Waffles.
pancakes.
Pancakes
Booze
or
and
waffles.
toast.
No eggs, no sausage for him. But the rest of us.
Dang.
Yes.
Go get your
Yes,
thing,
man.
Z. We'll keep you. We'll keep you. We'll keep things. We'll keep people.
We'll
occupied.
keep those off your plate for you, Kyle. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll make it
I'm sure
disappear.
you
It
guys
never
got
happens.
So I am trying to look for his description. There we go. I found it. Okay, cool. So it's the next feature is from this gentleman right here. Nope, that's Cobrafly right here. And it's not a scrolling banner.
Hey,
Pabs.
Kenny Can.
When everything goes right.
God. All right. So build name / background. If you guys don't follow him, I mean, come on now. I don't know anybody.
Yeah,
who
come on,
doesn't
it's
follow him.
Kensuke. Who does
The build name / background is the GP02A resin conversion. Been trying to find this kit resin and base forever. A great learning experience, and why I just want to feature versus critique. I don't know what. Oh, like because it was a learning experience. I'm not sure. I can tell the mistakes, but this kit had a ton of color separation, and I wanted to make sure to capture the light gray look. An anime accurate bone white look would have been ideal, but I didn't want to weather and make it a clean aesthetic. It's a pretty large kit, and I think a nice display piece. I used all Gaia Notes / Nazca paints, and I really fell in love with Nazca Cobalt Violet. Another one. Thanks for checking out the kit. So let's go ahead and share.
Speaking to Pabs on that one, you should highlight his comment there, Pabs.
Oh, hold on. Who's calling? I'm trying to share the damn.
Kensuke's Pabs.
The Evergreen.
It's single-handedly holding up 10% of shipping. Yes.
Pretty much everything.
It's that shield that's blocking the Suez Canal.
That shield is the boat.
That's the fourth wheel.
Look at that thing.
It's a
Look at that
big
thing.
old.
I know what that's supposed to do. Keep shit out. Yes.
I've
Like-
seen not Kensuke's kit in particular, but I've seen this resin in person, and it is a big daddy kit. There is
It's
a lot of detail in it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
kudos to you, man, for taking on the challenge.
Yeah.
It is
Oh, I love that
easy
trick
thing.
down too. That's so
I
nice.
can guarantee you this is not in scale. This don't make almost as big as this GPO2. Come on,
It's
son.
it's a forced perspective.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
standing real far back.
Yeah.
They're about to drop a mixtape.
I mean, what is there to say about Kensuke's build? Let's see. Let's rack my head real quick. Great work. Great color separation.
Mhm.
Great photos. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
those
yeah.
are tight. I love the blue in the pauldrons or the binders in the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I like the use of this gearing right here.
Yeah, I love the metallics on the
Is that not
gun.
part of the resin kit, or is that aftermarket?
I do believe that's part of the resin kit. Ken, if you want
Either
to
way.
correct me on that.
Good. Yeah, good separation on it.
I think those
Make it
parts
stand
come with the regular, because that whole back piece is the regular Canon.
We would, Miguel, but this is a feature.
Yeah. Bite me.
And we would have to
Oh,
nitpick,
it's a feature.
too.
Come on.
Suck my ass.
You
I
didn't
mean, we
use
can make
enough gold,
anything.
you son of a bitch.
Yeah, we can nitpick anything.
Yeah, I can
Good
nitpick
job.
all sorts of shit. Trust me, I can find
Yeah.
a flaw in everything.
Was this supposed to
is
be
gorgeous.
a perfect round circle? No, it's not.
Nah, it's not.
Exactly. Look, I scaled it out and I figured it out, and he's 3/4 of a millimeter off on the corner of this decal.
He's 13/10.
So, this is so.
My
this is the
leveler
guy
is
that-
off. This is a fail.
This is the kind of thing I was talking about with different finishes, because Kensuke does it as well, where he does different. He's got the metallics and he's
Okay.
got the matte and all that stuff, and it gives it more of a visual interest.
Again with the blues on that chest, so good. So I love that. Blue. Sorry, I gotta.
He did say that he loved that Nausicaa. What was it? Violet blue.
Violet, cobalt violet.
Cobalt violet.
Yeah. That looks almost like a. What is that? Like a marine blue?
So I'm pretty sure this is the cobalt violet and this is cobalt blue. And again, Ken, if you wanna correct me on that, because this looks way more blue and this looks way more violet.
That looks ultramarine to me. If you want to go for the outside of that powder.
That looks blue and other blue, sir.
Yeah,
There's blue and more blue.
I see a series
has
of
more of a
blues.
bright luster. Like,
Yeah, I
get
like
the
it.
the color of light that shines through blue glass. That is essentially like cobalt blue. But if you go for like ultramarine, it's more like the color of the blue sky at sunset when it's like dark on the edge. That is more like ultramarine.
The color separation
color
of the
blue.
chest is fantastic, man.
Oh, you want to talk about the chest? All right,
Yeah.
let's talk about the chest.
You know how I know you like masking, Ken?
I'm right there with him.
Oh, there you go. Cobalt blue is the way more blue.
Titans, too.
Darker as the Titans too. Oh, okay, cool. Right on.
Ah.
Okay,
Respect.
I stand corrected.
More blue. I know what he was talking about. This is royal. This is almost like cobalt. This is actually not quite bright enough to be cobalt.
I want to make a color that is just called sacre blue. That's it.
I'm also gonna highlight it real quick because people are talking about it. But this dome is beautiful. And I'm pretty sure this is the 51 dome, right?
I
think
need to
it
get
is.
my hands on one of
Yeah,
those.
it's gorgeous, though.
I mean,
That
how many
dome
dom
looks-
kits are out there,
Full
Pat,
resin?
for the MG?
That dome looks how I feel when I want to file a complaint.
There's the 51. There is the ghost. I think there's three. There's three currently in circulation.
Is
Because
are they
that
full
front
resin
detail
or are
on
they
the shins,
They're
that's pretty
conversions.
prominent to the 51, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a very 51-esque design.
Yeah.
And also this head right here. So those are a 51 thing.
It's like, don't talk to my son or me. Kind
Uh-huh.
of picture.
Such a pain to get master grade dom.
Coming correct right out the gate.
Oh god, but yeah, what the hell? What the hell?
The
was I gonna
color
say?
separation, the masking. You spent so much money on masking for this one kit, dude. Jesus.
I feel that pain so much.
Many
So
roles were
much.
lost during the progress of this project.
Many rolls.
Yeah.
Ken, if you taught a TED talk on masking, I would pay for that lesson.
Right.
Oh.
All right.
I want it. I just don't. I'm patient with it, but he has too much patience. I would
Just-
have lost my mind. It's so.
Just a
nice.
quick thing. I did do this edit for him. 'Cause
Oh, I thought that was his. I was like, that's fucking
No,
smart.
that's
Pat,
Well, I mean,
did
I
you
get
pull
it.
Pat?
I did.
Do you get to put your logo on it now?
I you guys don't see it, but my logo is in there somewhere.
Yeah, there's a path in there.
There's also a penis. I'm not saying where.
Shh.
It's,
Come on,
Hey,
man.
it's
You might
hidden
find
in
that on my
space,
entry.
floating away.
That's me. One of these is my head, just upside down somewhere.
Hey,
and I
Ken,
guess it
I'm
says-
not lying when I say I like masking. For me, it's kind of, as long as I know I'm
I don't-
doing it, it could be quite therapeutic.
Love it.
Yeah, I
I don't
agree.
love it, but I know that I value its necessity. Like I get its importance, and I am down for the cause. Love masking? No. People say they love sanding. I mean, yeah, I kind of do. I like making things perfectly smooth. I like that, getting it
Nice
all right.
surface.
So I do kind of love it. But like masking, like that's a necessary evil. You just have to, come to agreement with it. It's like an inner demon.
It just means we're psychotic. That's
Get
it.
some music going. I think it's like, oh yeah. All right.
Uh huh.
But when I get interrupted,
A
I
little
get down, it's like,
cheese board, a glass of wine, and masking tape.
Tell me that
Candles lit.
7,500 dots later.
oh yeah, that's a masochist right there. I know.
Like, no, I mean,
keep
not
it-
even that. And then mask,
Masochist, masking.
and then mask on top of all
sir?
that. I get it. I get it though. You have to do it for it to look good, and it looks great. Like I fucking love it. Yeah.
You didn't have
Yeah.
to kill it, but you did.
And then once again, if you guys do not follow him, which I'm,
Why?
Do
Why?
it.
Why are you not?
Why are you not following them? At X Kensuke X, man, that's a callback to Xbox Live. God.
Do it.
Hey,
Missing some zeros and some kissy faces and hearts.
I'm a 420
Yes, sir.
again.
Yes,
Man,
I'm
man.
420.
You gotta go so hard all the time, Ken. Like, can't you just relax?
I mean, I'll
Hey,
mention
man,
it now,
Joel-
but
Joel
his
said that to me once.
his what was that? What was it? The
No,
Macross that he
you have
built,
to
right?
go hard all the time.
Yeah, he was really looking forward to building that.
He's done 2 so far in he works pretty quick too. That's the thing. Like, not only does he make good work, he works quick. So I'm like, where do you find the time to do this shit, dude?
Fantastic.
It's a good question.
Slowest moves smooth is fast, and time is like kind of an infinite loop. So the more you know, the faster it
Smooth
goes.
is
So,
quick, quick is fast.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
are you guys
Always
talking
tell me that.
about?
You need to
Man
slow
has
down,
not.
'cause-
Man has
No.
a hyperbolic time chamber, and he's not sharing it with anybody.
Well, no, and it's like
People and spraying shit. Like, what are you doing, bro?
like experience is a time warp. It's another way, right?
Okay,
So yeah,
so with
I'm
that,
not gonna go into it.
let's go on to our very last critique of the evening, because somebody slipped up. Julio.
Yo, Dave.
Who was that?
Doing things out here. Let's get it.
Dave B at nanopla_mecha on Instagram.
Hey,
So this is a continuation of the build that he had. He had shared the previous. Was it the previous episode? Right, last episode.
Yeah.
If not the last episode before that, if anything.
It was last episode actually.
It was okay, last episode. So I'm gonna share it because he shared a very very long description of this. So telling me that there is a word limit, Kyle, is a straight up lie. This man's lying to me,
No.
man.
Unless you changed it from when I submitted, because remember you did update the doc.
I did no such thing, good sir. All
Uh-huh.
right, so I'm gonna share it.
Okay.
So we can get started here. So I hope I can read this out. Okay, so the work in progress Evangelion inspired display stands critique part 2. Oh, good girl. This is so many words. Upon receiving good reception from a Critical Builds episode, I decided to provide an update on the EVA-inspired display stands that I've been working on. After much consideration, I've decided to redesign the base in a 3D program using a resin 3D printer, the Elegoo Mars 2 Pro, and cast them using traditional methods. Since I'm new at this, I went with the most cost-effective way and decided on a simple production process. Due to budget, I'm focused on rapid prototyping only. I will start small to get a sense of production scale, cost, and time required. Once the above are quantified and become measurable, I can scale up for large production runs. My first obstacle was learning Blender, a 3D software program. The learning curve was quite short after a week of tutorials and some help from Chris, which is me. As I started, I was concerned about the leg support underneath the base, since resin is weaker than polystyrene plastic. I had to rethink how to improve leg strength, so the legs were widened from 2 millimeters to 8 millimeters thick, all the way around. This ensured stability. I was also concerned with the exposed piping idea I wanted to implement to the sides, but decided not to because of the mold line positioning that would show when using a 2-part mold. Instead, I will create a base variant with exposed piping on the surface. My second obstacle was printing limitations. Because of the printing size of the build plate, I was forced to slice my model in half. To ensure the alignment was right, I placed interlocking pegs on the facing sides. But as with any print, I also had to leave a bit of tolerance. Once printed and UV cured, I applied a 2-part clear epoxy glue to put the pieces together in post-production. The glue was really, really strong and started to bond within seconds. I learned there's a lot of work and cleanup in post-production. But if it's a master copy to be casted, then it's worth it. My third obstacle was casting, which is why we have Brian here. I have a bit of experience using Oyumaru, but this is different. I used Lego bricks and wax-based modeling clay to create a mold box. For the silicone rubber, I decided to go with the Mold Star Smooth on 30. It's a 1-in-1 mixture and provides a better tear strength than other silicone rubbers. The pot life is 45 minutes and the cure time is 6 hours. I used the following formula, which I will give to Brian in a second. All was fine and measured was correct, and found out that I didn't have enough materials to
now
pour.
we're go.
Oh, God.
Usually, that's often what happens. There's things that you can do too. I saw your mold, and I can teach you how to make them a little bit better. The first mold that I ever made was for something that was like round, and the first shape of mold that I thought of was like, I'll make a square, but then I ended up making an hexagonal mold. So
Yeah. I had bought a sample pack not knowing that I only had enough to make a small 2-piece mold block. I would have gotten the jug size container, but once the seal is cracked open, the product has a 2-day shelf life. That's it. Because of the limited shelf
Same.
life,
not true.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I got a month out of mine.
I will now
more than that, but yeah.
I will now focus on 3D printing other stylized bases, sci-fi blocks, and bars. Once I have enough 3D printed models and accessories, I'll pick up a couple of silicone jugs and continue with casting so that nothing is wasted. I would say that was a good first attempt and that this project provided a good learning opportunity. In hindsight, I should have sprayed more mold release on the panel lines and removed any leftover clay from the mold. I might add small rows to the surface and will use square-shaped interlocking pegs instead. Now that I understand the working properties of silicon rubber, my next use will be more efficient. The success of this project is determined by the quality of the 3D printed models and their corresponding 2-part molds. As I improve prototyping, execution, and production will follow. Once again, your constructive feedback and suggestions are greatly appreciated. Dave Lee, Nanoplan Mecca. And something he wants us to focus on is process improvement, design tips, working with resin and silicon rubber, and best practices for casting parts. I'm thirsty as fuck.
Shit, this is
And break.
I want somebody without the numbers,
Now on to
please, so I
page
can use
2.
them for robots.
Yeah.
So the one thing that's really nice with what he's working on, because I made like a really I made the prototype like in 3D for him to kind of try to follow, is the 2 is completely removable. You can just remove that and then print it out. And
Separate
it'll be
layer.
completely fine. Yeah.
right. So you could in essence, you could print different numbers,
Yeah.
and then the bases can be more customized in that way.
Exactly.
I like it.
You could actually print it out. Yeah, you could print out a whole string of numbers on like a double, like kind of a runner, something, right? With just 2 bars, keep them all separated, and they'd be shipped and snipped. Yeah.
Build your own base. I like it.
I do enjoy it, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
feel-
see you're using Task 15, which is gnarly because that's basically mannequin urethane. It is super duper hard, nearly indestructible once cast. I made some prop knives. I don't have any here anymore, do I? No, I got rid of them all. Okay. I made some they were like dragon bone carved knives, and the only resin that I could get at the time in the bulk was the Task 15. But yeah, it's rotocasting resin. It's super duper strong, but it takes a really long time to cure as well. But it's great because you can take that thing and you can throw it at the wall and it will not break. I gave one of these like prop knife things to my dog.
Bases.
He chewed on it for like a half hour and made no damage.
I feel like you could print this in 3s and cast them in 3s, like where the panels meet, and it'd probably be easier overall. No, or like
No,
those
this is
two,
easy.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
big
Okay.
sections.
The printing thing is one thing, right? So the print is
Yeah.
only for the main
The cast.
design, right? And
Yeah.
that's what Dave was talking
Yeah,
about, how to
that's your
clean up
buck.
on it and the buck on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on, Kyle. So yeah, once you have that initial print, which was I think was actually pretty well done, and then assemble that. The assembly and the fit and finish on that assembly is what matters more than like how you do the casting. If I would have done the casting a little bit different, Dave, and we'll talk about this because I have access to Dave. He's on one of the same Discord servers as I am. I can instruct you on how to make a better mold that'll give you a more desirable exterior and like a solid piece. You won't have any cleanup.
Yeah, and there's no need for apologies, Dave. I like the fact that you had a very thorough and kind of in-depth description of what it is you were trying to do and what your results were and where you fell short and what you succeeded in. I just my throat hurts. I'm thirsty.
If I had $1.
Yow.
Now, Brian, I put in the measurements of the stuff that like the formula that he used in private chat.
Funny thing is, I have some Smooth On sitting right by my desk. I was casting
Hey.
parts. I was like, hey, where's mine at? It's right here next to my foot.
So Brian, he's asking where should the pour stop be?
So your pour, you should actually have 2 different gates. And I'm gonna tell you to make them in a weird spot. Well, the way that I would do it is because let me get up. I need a big ass dry erase board.
Yeah, you should. We should get you one.
He just has to pull. No, you just need a projector. Just
Pull it down.
with the overhead and then just like draw on the
Yeah,
overhead.
wheel
So
out the
here's the
cart.
I'm just gonna
You gotta hit it with the
Uh-huh.
contact with it.
The professor is back in.
So and
Put on your blazer. All right, here we go.
And his monocle.
it's very terrible, and I love it. All right, so
Justice. Okay. Clean my glasses off.
because all right, so because in profile you can kind of see that. So because in profile this is your shape, right? So if you took your shape and you cut it down the center, yeah, you get this form, right? There's some detail on that edge, doesn't matter. The way that I think you did your mold was you put the mold seam like kind of, oops, wow, that was crooked because I was drawing on my leg. Okay.
Go straighten your leg out, dummy.
Dummy.
You so I think you kind of have your mold seam similar to this, and I assume that your pouring point is along your separation line there. I think, I don't know, I'm all guessing. What I would do, and I'm going to draw this in orange, is I would have you make your mold like this. It's going to sound a little bit different, but change
On the underside?
Have something go to the bottom to have air come up.
I think I see what he's talking about, though. Did you do it on the flat face or the hard edge? Haha, there's a good question. So I'll show you here real quick what I would have to do.
Dave is he's confirming your assumptions.
Yeah,
For
that's how he
location.
has it broken.
Gotcha.
Split.
And then get another marker. Where's the big blue? Here we go. And then I would
Brian
have.
does need the John Madden on-screen marking pen. Yes, I agree.
He's got to be like, and what you have here, coming from the left side, we have a team. Come over here.
When I would
break
have
down
you
the center with the here and there's X's here.
Just starts playing tic-tac-toe in the middle of the explanation.
Yeah.
All right,
That
so
Mad TV skip.
say
No, he's still there.
vertically, right? So say vertically, right? I would have you split your mold on the bottom face of it, right? Like this. And then it makes an in-fitting buck and an exterior buck. And you need more mold keys, but that's fine. And you also can do a different shape mold, but that's also fine. We can talk about this in private later when we have time. But I would put the gate at the top of this, right? Like this, so that it flows down and then into the back so that you can easily just cut it off and you don't have to worry about any of your wonderful fine refined detail that you do on your master, which is the main thing that you're really focusing on trying to replicate. Now, also, that mold should, because your piece is hexagonal or octagonal, it should also be the same shape as that. No, it's octagonal, right? It's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And then you should do, let me draw this again in blue. You should do your gates.
Would you run into more like air being trapped in there pouring it that way?
Hold up. I'm not done.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm just thinking.
It's all good.
My bad.
No. Your thought is right on the money, right?
Let me make sure I share it again because it disappeared on us.
There you go.
This is what he was working with.
Right. So then I would do like you have your square. I would get rid of those corners of your mold. Right. It's a little bit hard to do because you chose to use like the building bricks, or Lego bricks, as it were. You can just use cardboard even if you wanted to, or I use foam core and hot glue because it's very cheap. Get a huge sheet of foam core, and hot glue is also fairly cheap too. That's what I make all of my mold forms out of.
I've actually got that on my desk as well.
Throw that shit away. But anyways, yeah. So what I would do is
Walmart.
yeah, right. I get it from the dollar store. But then what I would do is so you have your buck in here, and then this is split on the bias, and then you have your gate, but you have one gate on one side and then one on the other side. And what you do is you only pour it into the one side, and then it fills up the inside of this thing, which is like, I'll do this little dotted line so that people aren't as confused. There's like that interior like reveal in there. It's all that thing. So then the resin comes in this side here and it fills all of this space up, and then all the air comes out this side. And as soon as you see this start to come up, it'll start to go like blow, blow, and do weird things. And you can like rattle it and shake it a little bit, pour a little bit more in, and then that. And like when it comes down to like measuring to figure out the volume and then doing liquid conversion for like solid cured volume. I hate that. It is the
That
worst.
is math, sir. How dare
No,
you?
it is literally the worst. I buy cups, right? I buy these like cheapy cups. These ones I got from Food Town. Yeah, go Brooklyn. And
Shout out Brooklyn.
on these cups, there is a series of marks as well as this distance here. So
Ripped for your pleasure.
Recording stuff, whatever. I use those as my measurement points. So like a lot of times when I'm doing a cast, I'll have like one and I mark A and then B, and then I'm just like pour to like this height, and I just eyeball that because it's really all that matters. Because no matter what you do, there's always going to be a little bit left in it, and it's kind of like a game that you play and you figure it out. Like after a decade of
Brian,
doing
do you do
it.
the water trick?
What?
Do you do the water trick where you pour water in there to get a rough idea of like what you're looking
You
at?
don't
for
need, I
volume?
mean, you can. I have done that, and I figured out the proper displacement for like plasticine clay versus when I was doing all my big molds for my giant stuff. But like, yeah, this is very simple. So then you can just go from here, and then you measure one like this and one like the other, and you pour it in. If you need to make more, okay, make a mental note. Next time I got to do more, and then you fill your cups that way. These are cheap. You're gonna throw them away anyway. So,
Oh, yeah.
and then that's
So-
the easiest way to figure out. Yeah.
So what you're saying, Brian, is to remove like these right here?
Definitely will save you. Yeah. And then what I would do in
Oh,
regards
we
to
fancy. Look at this. Okay.
for it's easy to do. Yeah.
And then have where would you have the pour spout? Like you said, like
It would be at the two top corners there. I'd do it like this.
Right.
right. So here.
Yeah. In essence, basically there and there. But they would come through the back part of the mold. So you'd make the front part like you did normally, but you would either like bury it completely to the top.
Mhm.
Or actually you really don't have to bury it completely because you can like sub it with foam and then just put clay on the top. It doesn't matter. Anyhow. And then like those are sculpted. You pour the resin over that, flip the thing over, pull the bottom off. You keep those in there, and then you pour the silicone on top of that too. And then so nip the corners off. And then also one thing that I do is for the bottoms of my molds, a lot of times I will take and make like with a carving tool, like a bunch of ceramics carving tools. You can use a simple one, like a simple eye tool like this, right? Or you could just make a simple loop. I have them in like a bunch of different sizes because I do all sorts of art all the time. I can't stop. Anyway, what you do with that is you carve a little channel into the bottom of your mold down here along this outside edge. And what that does is it makes like a rib in there. And that if you make it continuous, that silicone like locks together and it stops you from having any leak out the bottom. It really makes a huge difference. You are trying to save on using the silicone, which is smart. You use the 30A or Shore 30 silicone.
Let me. This stuff.
Silicone? Yeah, more Moldstar 30. I know it well.
Got a quick pot life, which I like.
See, this is the best tagline for anybody who's wanting to build something.
What are you waiting for? Make it now.
Make it now.
Well,
Why is their logo why is their logo a Pennsylvania license plate?
because it's in PA. From PA.
It's the first thing I say. I'm stupid. Anyway.
But no, actually, Kyle, you said that has a quick pot life. It's a really slow pot life. It's 45-minute pot life, which is actually pretty slow before it starts to kick.
I say quick compared to the other stuff I was using, which was like a 3-hour pot life.
Got you. Yeah, the stuff that I'm using now has like a 9-minute pot life and kicks in 25 minutes. That's why it's pressure caster. But that's just different, different applications and shit like that. That task 15 actually is going to have a really, really slow cure time. So if you can get your hands on it, get your hands on some Smoothcast 525 or 520. Where's my MSDS sheet?
Yeah.
So Dave, you're gonna try to market these, right? Like sell them. When you do sell them, are you gonna ship them as a whole piece with the mold? Because I'm thinking if it were in separate pieces, it'd probably be easier to ship and you won't get as much damage.
That's what I was trying to explain to Dave. It's okay because he was worried about because obviously the size is too big for the print bed on the 3D printer to take hold. And I was saying, you could go about it where you can ship it in pieces so that the person who's wanting it can build it themselves and paint it up to whatever they want it
Yeah.
to be.
You could put tags into the 3D render to print, so
Yeah.
that it'll all meet up.
And then
Have a little kit.
what I was also going to say was instead of having
Did you mean Smoothcast 310?
Oh, look at
On
Kyle.
the Brian's back. This is the stuff it's got a quick cure.
It's
He's
way
there.
fast. Yeah. Three
Like a 3
like-
to 4 hour cure on these bad boys, which is good. Like the reason why I went with the longer cure on this one because I was getting like the super flash. One was because I put it in a pot to get rid of the bubbles.
Yeah.
You want a slow cure on your resin to get if you're going to put it in a
Yeah,
pressure
it
pot.
helps.
So what I was saying was instead of having the 02 here, just kind of glued on or printed on, you can have like a whole set of these, like from 1 to 10, or 1 to 0, so you can have the 10 or whatever, and then have like alphabets or certain letters and stuff like that you can have in combination that people can stick themselves, and then you can have like your custom base and you can have it say whatever it is you want to say. And you won't be stuck with a number that doesn't make sense for whatever it is you're trying to display. So like as Julio says, you can use this for not just like Eva, what was it again? Like figures and stuff, and you can have it for pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special characters, 8 to 12 characters long. Do not use your mother's maiden name.
Please have a special character in there.
No exclamation marks. Those are allowed. Yeah, one uppercase and one lower at least.
But I do like your idea of having these basic block accessories. That would be really cool. It also depends fully on how big this is going to be for what people are wanting to display, because this might just get in the way of space where there needs to be some feet. You know what I mean? If you don't have
Did you hear that? Age of Zeta, Advances Zeta needs to be feet. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't do it in pieces. I would definitely make it one solid cast of one solid piece, because the more parts you add to a thing, the fucking more problems it is.
More errors.
Sure.
Doesn't
the
matter.
numbers thing could be cast without numbers.
Yeah, definitely the numbers part.
Print.
I think that is wonderful. I think you should totally do that with the numbers. But in regards to it, you should be a total hexagonal buck that you sell like that is customizable from that. Because if you try to cast these two thin, long seam components and then make a modeler, then glue that together and make it perfect, because you have to, it's gonna warp. It is straight gonna fuck off. I'm not lying to you.
I'm just thinking about all the cleanup too. If it was one solid piece,
right? You already did all the work to make it a beautiful piece of like stop sign. Like that's great. You should keep it that way and sell it as like a base that is customizable, and then make greebles like till the cows come home, my brother. Because
it's much easier to print because you can print a bunch of them on one print bed and then provide them in the kit or whatever you buy.
Yeah, even if it's that way, even if you're just printing numbers out, right, as opposed to making molds and casting the numbers out, but just to make a cast of that base, like think about that. Like Pabs, if you bought a base and you had to like put those two together, and just think about those two that thin resin seam. Right?
Yeah.
Without that sounds terrible to have to do. Like, and I would my worst enemy. Like, I would not want that.
I just blanked out just thinking about it. Yeah.
I know, right? Everybody gets that.
I'm not here.
Eye, and they're looking for the whiskey, even if they never had it.
I quit.
I honestly think this is a very good first attempt at what you're trying to do, Dave. Like I said it to you on Instagram. I think this is first of all, I think this is a good idea. Having something like this is a cool thing. But yeah, I think like you started with having zero knowledge on 3D modeling and 3D printing, and you've gone from that to having stuff like this. I think that's admirable.
Question for you, Dave. For your line heights for the print, did you go super fine to like 0.02 mil? Because as we've seen with Dream Studio.
Stickler Studio.
There you go. when you have recast parts off of 3D printed parts, the lines transition into your from your buck into your anything you cast. So either you got to do a bunch of cleanup to have a nice smooth surface, or you can print super fine to kind of minimize that transition. Something to be mindful of, because I know myself, I would buy this and be like, the lines are there. Mind you, you're doing resin printing over FDM printing, so it's not as noticeable, but just something to be mindful of. That you can easily fix it on your buck, sand it smooth, put the extra effort in, and then you don't have to worry about on your recast carrying that extra baggage. Something to be mindful of.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know that would irk me as a customer, but I can see those lines.
All right. So yeah, with that being said, guys, we are at the end of the show. Sun's getting real low, big guy. All that stuff. So I don't know where the other two went, honestly. Like, I'm hoping they can come back real quick so they can say their thing. They're there. I don't know what the hell they're doing. So one of them is Ian.
They're making a mess.
Jesus Christ. There he is
in the shadows.
Oh, motherfucker.
I don't know what Julio's doing. I don't know if we should wait for him or not. But
He's making water again.
Dog duty.
Is that what he said? Is he freaking guy? All right, but anyway, let's go ahead and end this because we're at 2 hours. So let's go ahead and talk to. Nope. Oh.
Hey.
Julio came back. Excellent.
Yes.
Hey guys. It was a great show. Lots of awesome models, lots of cool stuff, and definitely different takes on this hobby that we all enjoy so much together. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight, and hope that we have inspired you a little bit to try something different. Of course, you can always hit me up in the chat somewhere, wherever I am, because I'm everywhere. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian. Always a pleasure to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Like what Brian said. Sorry.
Same.
He's tired.
Lots of great builds. I look forward to seeing more. So don't be shy. Submit features or critiques, whatever you please. We love getting entries from you guys. Remember, you guys are the soul of the show. We're just here to talk and bring your work to light. So we enjoy the involvement from you guys, and we hope to continue it.
No. You got it right the first time. We enjoy the enjoyment.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the definition of enjoyment.
I got
to
it.
be enjoyed.
Thank you, Kyle. Always, man. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
I'm gonna do this guy right quick because you never know when she's wanna get down.
My baby.
She
And Julio.
She found a roll of pennies, ripped them open.
Uh-oh.
My mother's. Where the hell did this money come from?
She's a pinata.
She didn't eat any of them, thank God. I just had to count them all out.
Oh, his little piggy bank belly.
She's in fight mode, just causing
You're
mischief.
money
My bad. I truly appreciate you guys submitting. I love seeing people's work. I really do. I can't wait to see you guys Tuesday in the Kodokai Robo Dojo. And thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you then.
Choo-choo. Thank you, Julio.
No problem.
I know you're constantly busy. I can see that. Constantly. And then Mr.
Oh, hey. I didn't do much. I was a simpleton, true to name, on today's episode, and but I had a good time. I enjoyed seeing everybody's work. Glad I got a chance to take another look critically at our guests' build, Tex, and yeah. Other than that, I'll see you guys next week, hopefully on someone's stream. So thanks, guys.
Are you not doing
Tuesday?
Mai Tai?
Tuesday.
Right? Are you not doing a?
Oh, motherfucker! Then with the Mai Tais, I would geek guy.
That is probably going to be more like bi-weekly. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks and my ties with Z and Guy.
Z, it's always a freaking pleasure, dude. Always. All right, don't forget that. Oh, also, sorry. And then finally we got.
Hey, it was a pleasure to be on the other side of the counter for this one. It's real easy to fall into that. Remember, it's a feature trap. So
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy. It is a learning experience. But thank you for having me on and giving valuable feedback. Well, that
Of
sounded
course.
real weird the way that I took that back.
Not positive.
No,
Not
so
positive.
Valuable.
this is valuable. Yes. But thanks for submitting stuff and trusting me enough to have me on and offer critique. That's the word.
Appreciate you.
There you go.
Saturday. Still Saturday.
It's still Saturday.
It's been a day.
It's time for bed. I'm going to bed now.
I'm gonna crawl under this desk. There's a dog bed here. It's got my name on it.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Tex. It was definitely a great time having you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Hey, glad that guy is doing well. There was a tornado thing happening, and they were all in shelter. Now that's passed, so that's great news.
It's good news. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
As a
he says it's still
Floridian,
raining.
Tornadoes ain't shit.
Wow.
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes. It is what it
Got
is. All right. Let's finish off real quick. Thank you guys so much for hanging out
Did you
this Saturday.
show off the new ones?
I'm about to get to it, man.
Oh, my bad.
Spoilers! Damn.
I thought you were gonna end out.
But
Shut
no,
up,
we're
stupid.
getting there. But so you know, as I said, the to me it's a fail, and the It's All Words Baby T-shirts are no more. They've been snapped out of existence. He said.
Diagnosed?
They said I didn't want to go past, but there they go. So, in place
so
of
good, Mr. Paps.
and in place of those, we do have two new shirts for everybody to check out. If I'll show off Kyle's first.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh?
So it is. I know it's very hard to see because it's stupidly small, but it says "Clueless" more Gunpla. I did not want anyone seeing the eyes on this thing because it bore into your soul. And then it also says "Senor Underboob" on the
Senior.
on this
Wait, senior or senior?
it says Senor.
Senor.
Okay.
Yeah, Senor Underboob. So
I was like, senior underboob? That is real specific, man.
it's his thing, man. He likes his thing. And it comes in the myriad of colors and also has the Critical Builds logo in the back.
Hey.
And the second shirt, if we can go back to the store, we have. Oh, nope, that's Kyle's again.
It's a
We
good
also
critical
have-
blue.
Oh.
It's doodle, baby.
Phenomenal. I can hear it.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
exactly. So this one is based on our esteemed colleague, Mr. Chooch Magooch.
Yeah.
It says a bunch of doo-doo in a circle, and then if we go to the back,
Oh.
Stupid.
so these are all available right now. So if you guys want to pick them up, the link is in both the description and on our link tree on my profile and on Critical Build's profile. So if you guys are interested in wanting one of these, if you guys want Julio's face on your chest, I'm not sure if you ever would.
These better sell like hotcakes.
If you guys want, I mean, you know what? If I see these, if you guys take a photo of yourself wearing this thing, I will pick somebody at random on the next episode to win a Critical Builds hat.
Yeah.
So let's get Chooch's face out there. Let's do hashtag Chooch Magooch or hashtag Clueless, right? So let's see these shirts. So let's pick one at random and then
I'm trying to figure out how to work in a motorboating joke. Right there. I'll get it.
Oh god. So yeah, so these are ready to be available. And then obviously the other two have been snapped out of existence. So with that, guys, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. It was a great time, awesome builds. The next one should be a shorter wait than this last one. I'll announce when and who the next guest is very soon. Yeah, with that, guys, I will see you on the next one. I'll see you on Tuesday and maybe Thursday and maybe at some. I think we're doing a Critical Chill next week. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that out. But thank you, guys. I will see you soon. Peace out. See you guys. Bye.
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 Adios.